aren't left behind.
Secure the border. Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley says every liberal judge who refuses to enforce an immigration law should have to take in an illegal alien.
He'd know what the rest of America feels like in towns across America who have to accept these illegals, who have to put up with the crime, and liberals like him sit back in their gated communities, issue these rulings, and then go off and sip martinis at their private pools.
Hawley says these judges have no business being on the bench in Trump's America. Well, Team USA and FIFA lost the game last night. Joe Morgan has more.
Heartbreak in Inglewood last night for the red, white, and blue. At the World Cup, the U.S. men's national team fell to Turkey 3-2. Can Ayan slipped in the game winner on the final kick of the match in stoppage time. Despite the loss, the U.S. still wins Group D and will face Bosnia-Herzegovina in the round of 32 next Wednesday. On the diamond, what a day for Junior Caminero. The Rays slugger launched 3 home runs and drove in 6, leading Tampa Bay to a 13-2 blowout over Kansas City. The Royals bounced right back tonight, traveling to Chicago to open a 3-game set against the White Sox. First pitch is scheduled for 6:40. And finally, the Cardinals got rained out last night. They'll look to dry off and open their weekend series at home against the Marlins tonight. Game time is 7:15. Catch the action on AM 1230, The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's a look at sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news, a service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash? Liberty Tree Guns is buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 6:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. The rain from overnight winding down, but scattered storms developing for the afternoon and evening with heavy rain and severe weather possible later today. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
A service of Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture. Let their professionals help you select great flooring and furniture to give your house that new home feel. See them at your local Derailed Commodity store today or look them up on derailedcommodity.com.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar is showing some rain scattered throughout the 4 states, some of it too light to be picked up on the radar at this moment. It is 70 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 69 in Galena, 69 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 6:08.
Imagine checking into a resort for vacation, only to spend most of your time alone in a small room. You can hear everyone else having fun, but you only get a few minutes outside each day. No playtime, no social time, and worst of all, no bath the entire trip. We wouldn't call that a vacation. So why would we want that for our furry friends? That's why pet owners trust All Dogs Dream for boarding. At All Dogs Dream, the guests don't spend their day locked in a kennel all day. There's plenty of room to run, play, and socialize inside and out. Plus, lots of love and one-on-one attention. And don't forget, All Dogs Dream offers discounts on all baths every Friday. So whether you're headed out of town for work, sneaking away for the weekend, or just needing a safe, fun place for your dog during a busy day, All Dogs Dream is a getaway your pet will actually enjoy. Find more info and book your dog's reservation online at alldogsdream.com. Let your dog stay with us.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, 4 states.
Dr. Collins and Associates are Missouri licensed general dentists. That licensed in Missouri has specialties in the advertised dental specialty of prosthodontics.
Sarisa, hello. Happy Friday to you, Sarisa.
Hello, Sarisa.
Resilience, and it deserves care from a team that understands just how important it is. With 47 years of experience, Mid-America Dental and Hearing Center knows that great dentistry isn't just about procedures. It's about trust, comfort, and results you can be proud of. And they believe high-quality care should never come at a price tag that keeps you away. If you've been waiting for the right time, the right team, or the right place, this is it. Your smile matters. Let's take care of it.
I'm Brian George, CEO of Mid-America Dental and Hearing Center, just off of I-44, Exit 44, and at midamericadental.com. Changing lives and making smiles at dental centers.
Our best for less in a day at Dental Center.
Feeling uncertain by life's challenges?
Discover timeless truth and encouragement with In Touch Ministries, guiding you every step of the way. At intouch.org, you'll discover encouragement that lasts. With powerful sermons from Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, and resources designed to strengthen your faith, you'll find hope and wisdom for every season of your life. Don't wait. Visit intouch.org today and let God's Word inspire your journey. That's intouch.org.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250 micro to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
Radio infotainment live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. You're listening to News Talk KZRG. Depend on it. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
We have a flash flood warning. It's in effect. It's been issued by the National Weather Service in Springfield. It's in effect until 9 o'clock this morning for Cherokee County and Crawford County in southeast Kansas, for southwestern Barton County, western Jasper County, and northwestern Newton County in southwest Missouri. Again, it's in effect until 9 o'clock. Overnight, there was rain between 3 and 5 inches of very heavy rain, and that is possible with additional 1 to 3 inches more. But I think that 1 to 3 inches more may be coming later today as of this point, because the radar is showing a break in the action at this time. Again, that's a flash flood warning in effect until 9 this morning for Cherokee, Crawford counties in southeast Kansas, southwestern Barton County, western Jasper County, northwestern Newton County in southwest Missouri. Now, in addition to that, we have a flood watch that has been extended until 7 o'clock tonight for the entire listening area. The forecast is calling for a possibility of rain, showers, and thunderstorms today with a high of 86. Some of those storms could have heavy rainfall. Some of them could be strong to severe. If severe weather breaks out, we'll break in. Tonight, more showers and thunderstorms. Overnight low down to 72. Now, tomorrow, they did put in some chance of showers and thunderstorms early before it completely clears out. The high tomorrow should be around 90. We're going to be talking to KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith this morning at about 7:25.
Yeah, and at 7:10, we'll be speaking with Jessica Johnson. She is the City of Neosho's public information officer. We're going to be talking to her about Celebrate Neosho, which is a fun event coming up pretty soon here. So we'll be getting the details on that at 7:10.
I think they're going to have face painting. Are you going to get your face painted?
My face is painted every day with a little something called God's beauty and grace. Steve.
Oh, your beard.
My beautiful good looks. What are you talking about?
Ugh.
And just I asked.
My
beard also adds to my
too
chiseled features as well. I will agree. I will concur with that, Steve.
Give me the chisel and the hammer. I'd love to chisel it a little bit more.
Whack me up outside the head with a chisel and hammer.
That would be so much fun.
So we have that coming up at 7:10. Also, I wanted to give a big thank you. I know Steve and I wanted to give a big thank you to you in the 4 states this morning for helping us out yesterday. Yesterday, because of you and our radiothon to raise money for local veterans, News Talk KZRG and the station's Zimmer Marketing raised tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah, pop a chair on that bad boy. Look at that. Yeah, it's incredible. Now, the eggheads in the accounting department are still trying to figure out, tabulate, as they say, the exact number. So we don't have the exact number, but the preliminary report says tens of thousands. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's great. It's
Super
fantastic.
Cool. And by the way, there's still an opportunity for you to help support local veterans with Honor Fly to the Ozarks. And it's a lot of fun. Tomorrow, News Talk KZRG and the stations of Zimmer Marketing are hosting the Red White Sip and Shop in downtown Webb City, right on the main street. And it's sort of like Third Thursday. It's pretty much like any other, farmer's market. It's a farmer's market style event that's happening tomorrow from 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. But what's great about this, as opposed to regular farmers markets, is that this helps support Honor Fly to the Ozarks, which is pretty sweet.
It's great.
Yeah. Details on the Red White Sip and Shop can be found at newstalkkzrg.com. KZRG News Time 6:15. Moving on from there, we do have a little bit of grim news for you this morning. It is unfortunate and certainly a reminder for families as the summer starts rolling in. I know a lot of kids are already out of school. A 5-year-old girl from Sheldon has died after a tragic accident at Stockton Lake. Now, like I said, it is summer. Families are going to the lake, or maybe they're going to Grandma's house because she has a pool. They're going swimming. Maybe they're going to Shoal Creek in Joplin. Who knows what they're doing? But usually in the summertime, water activities are a part of it, and this is exactly how things like this happen. A 5-year-old girl dead because she drowned in Stockton Lake.
That is so terrible.
Now, this happened on Monday of this week, but the Dade County officials, we have just released an official report on it. Dade County is northeast of Joplin. It's where Stockton Lake is. And the Dade County Sheriff's Office, they said that they received a report of a missing 5-year-old girl from a campground on Stockton Lake. They couldn't find her. They called the police. The Sheriff's Department came out to help look for this missing girl. Well, shortly after, it turns out that girl was found face down in the river.
That is so sad.
Or in the lake, I suppose. Now, according to first responders, a CPR was administered and EMS did transport the child for advanced care. Unfortunately, she was pronounced dead at St. Louis Children's Hospital on Wednesday morning. So, looks like there was a little bit of a fight there for her life.
Yeah, it is very true. And, it's really sad. It's sad at any time this happens. But that area has got such a great area for swimming and stuff. And it's a shame that this kid got away from the parents and got into the water.
And we don't know all the details,
Not
all
the
the circumstances quite yet. We're trying to find those out here at News Talk KZRG. But it seems like it was a fun summertime family camping trip. And a 5-year-old does what 5-year-olds do best.
That's true.
They just book it. 5-year-olds just like to run around. They like to go and explore. And unfortunately, she did so without parent oversight. This is not a knock on the parents. I don't know what the parents were doing at this time.
Kids can get away from parents very easily.
So quickly.
I know. I used to be a kid.
What? When?
Back in the dark ages.
1328?
Back in the dark ages.
So, in any case, yeah, it is really sad, and it is a reminder. Please just be careful. This might sound ridiculous, but you could lose your life in a 3-inch puddle of water if you're face down in it.
That's true.
It doesn't take that much. We also have reports. We had flooding yesterday, reports of flooding in the area.
And there's even more flooding this morning after getting 3 to 5 inches of rain overnight in the area.
So it doesn't have to be Stockton Lake. It doesn't have to be Grandma's pool. It could be Main Street in any town USA getting swept away by flash floods that could result in drowning. Please be careful is the point.
And remember, if you come across water over the roadway, turn around and don't drown.
That's exactly right. Moving on from there, and we're going to be getting more into this story, shifting gears on you here. This was sort of a, what do you call it? This is a story that went viral on the interwebs, on the line.
The interweb.
Inter what? What is it? What is it called?
Intraweb.
Intraweb. On the intraweb, this went viral.
Spiders go nuts with those webs.
That's true. The New York Knicks won the NBA Finals. Pretty big deal. And as a result of them winning, a bunch of New Yorkers decided to just burn down the city for whatever reason.
Or dump the trash.
And that's exactly the big news. One of the rioters, one of the fans of the Knicks that was so excited that the Knicks won, went around and she found a trash can that was Knicks-themed trash can and dumped all the trash onto the city street and then walked away with the trash can. That was the way that she decided to celebrate her favorite team winning the NBA Finals.
Why didn't she just take the trash with her?
I don't know. It makes no sense. And this video has gone absolutely viral everywhere it's been on the internet. And as it turns out, this woman used to work as an executive director for diversity, equity, and inclusion for a company that was bought out by J.P. Morgan Chase. And let me tell you, when the banking company got wind of this video, it did not go well for her. We're going to tell you all about it at 6:40 this morning on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG, KZRG News Time 620.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Thanks to you, News Talk KZRG and Zimmer Marketing were able to raise tens of thousands of dollars to send local veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the war monuments built in their honor. But there's still time to make a difference in the area, veterans' life.
Number 2.
Because Zimmer Marketing's Red, White, Sip, and Shop is also a great way to do some summer shopping while also supporting veterans. It's going to be happening tomorrow from 10 to 3 at Webb City's Main Street and supports Honor Flight of the Ozarks to give a meaningful thank you for their service.
Number 1.
In honor of America's 250th birthday, News Talk KZRG is giving away a U.S. flag that was flown over the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., complete with a certificate of authenticity. Download the KZRG app and enter once a day for your shot at this patriotic prize.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What federal program would you like to see investigated? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook. What federal program would you like to see investigated? Coming up, what's going on with your money on News Talk KZRG?
Here is your KZRG forecast. Out the door early this morning, be extra cautious on the roads. Very heavy rain overnight. Reports of some flooding, so it's going to be hard to gauge how much water is on the roads. If you see an area that's covered in water.
Morning, everybody.
Flood watch until 7 o'clock tonight. More scattered storms to deal with.
Hey, Bree. Avery, say good morning. Happy weekend, Eve. Happy weekend, Eve. Yeah, we used to do, when I was in high school, listen, let me tell you, you think I'm super cool and awesome and amazing and popular now. Just see me in high school. Glory days. But no, when I was in high school, me and all my friends, we would, before school started, we'd all hang out in our cars. Because, you know, we were young and 16, and a lot of us just got cars for the first time, so we thought we were really cool. So we parked them in the high school parking lot. We'd all hang out in the cars before school started. We thought it was awesome. And we would call it a pre-afternoon. We'd have our pre-afternoon hangout in the morning. Very, very weekend eve-esque for sure. And we said, I saw the drowning from yesterday. Yeah, it's super sad. It's totally tragic. Totally tragic.
This is Liberty.
When I was a kid, I almost got lost camping, allegedly. I don't remember this because I was like 4 years old. But my parents told me they went camping and they brought me. I was 4 years old, and they put one of those little headlights on my head because they thought I looked cute. Well, they told me that I looked down at the ground and saw a light on the ground and started following it. But it was the light on my head, so I was like looking. I was like, oh, look at it go, and I'm like following the light around, thinking that I can catch it or something. Allegedly. That's what my parents said. I don't remember it. Avery said, oh, Ted, did you see that when Trump announced there would be new technology installed in the reflecting pool in D.C. to kill the algae, a bunch of people on the left started protesting to save the algae? What?
I'm Dr. Lemus from Team Dental Joplin. There aren't any dentists around
Protest
here
to save the algae in D.C.
So I saw a
reflecting
need.
pool.
You know, I grew up blue collar. Sometimes you can't waste some PTO or vacation day on going to the dentist. You get a lot of grateful people and look a lot of grateful families that can actually get their work done on Saturday or Friday. And these girls have bought into that vision. When I bought the practice, I named the practice Team
Green water
Dental
floating,
Joplin.
linear
I understand
chunks, workers
no
dumping
large
jugs of hydrogen peroxide.
has
These
to be
are the
done
images
with
that
an
occurred
amazing
as a
team.
memorial.
I
blah,
really
blah,
feel
blah.
like they're the hardest working staff in all four states because we're all sacrificing time from our families to help our community. It means something to me. It means something to them. I'm Dr. Lemus from Team Dental Joplin, where we specialize in dentistry that fits your schedule.
I'm not seeing anything. Oh, here we go.
White House targets pro-algae leftists at Reflecting Pool. The White House is escalating its response to ongoing issues at the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool, pointing to a series of arrests and police reports. The scrutiny of the site continues to grow.
Dad, we went inside before it was even over.
Well, this year I've got 2 tiny turtle fountains.
Gee, Dad, save some excitement for the rest of us, would you?
Fine. Where would you get your fireworks?
Big Charlie's, obviously.
Big Charlie's.
This comes from Caroline Levitt. Caroline Levitt says these deranged leftists in algae costumes with Team Algae on their backs. What does that even mean? Only the Democrats could hate beautifying our nation's capital.
Fireworks to really impress your family. The biggest store with the biggest selection and the biggest savings. Big Charlie's on East 37th.
Yeah, I don't.
Big Charlie's fireworks.
Maybe. I don't know. I gotta be honest. That like straight up sounds fake. It might not be, but that's so ridiculous. So it says first they came for algae. There's another example of crazy pro-algae, likely paid protester. The sign says first they came for the algae, which is in reference to a famous post-World War II statement. Then they came for the Jews and did not speak out, and then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. Yeah, I don't know. This honestly, like, I'm going to put a tinfoil hat on this. Pro-algae protesters do seem like paid protesters, paid by the federal government. I don't think the Democrats are paying for that. That seems like something that the Trump administration would pay for, to be like, look how ridiculous all the left is, because that's crazy.
Yeah, but then you have the Antifa ones being paid by the left to do stuff like that as well.
No question about it. No question about it. That's not what I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about something completely different. This doesn't sound real. This sounds like a counterintelligence operation by the CIA, to be honest.
That's your money now. From the FIFA World Cup.
Competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
The board recommends approving.
Regarding that seat on the committee, we're promoting.
To boost quarterly earnings.
Every day, shareholders meet to discuss important matters about the companies you invest in. Now you can easily make your voice heard. Vanguard Investor Choice gives you a say in the companies you invest in. With just a few taps, you can set your proxy voting preference for your index funds. Visit Vanguard.com/investorchoice to learn more. Vanguard investors own shares of our index funds, which own shares of the companies they invest in. Available for Vanguard index funds that participate in Investor Choice. Vanguard Marketing Corporation Distributor.
Join me, Clay Travis, and my good friend Buck Sexton weekdays starting at 11 on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Just before 6:30, it's Ted Pahorkis.
It's Steve Scott.
On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG. Brave new day and a brave new world. Friday, or as Avery on the KZRG video live stream sponsored by Fast Monkey Auto and Liberty Tree Guns called it, pre-weekend.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Speaking of a pre-weekend, it's going to be a wet one today. We have a flash flood warning in effect for a lot of the listening area right now. It's in effect until 9 this morning. The reason why was we got between 3 and 5 inches of rain. Some areas got some more rain of that in the overnight hours, causing the flash flood warning. If you see water over the road, turn around, don't drown this morning. Also, we still have a flood watch in effect until 7 o'clock tonight. They extended it until 7 o'clock tonight yesterday afternoon. Now, the good news is the rain seems to be stopping for the time being, but we're expecting more rain to develop a little bit later today, the high of 86. Tonight, chance of more showers and thunderstorms, 72 for the low. Tomorrow morning, chance of showers and thunderstorms wrapping up with the high of around 90. It should be dying off as the day progresses. Mostly clear, 77 tomorrow night. Sunny and hot on Sunday, 92 for the high, and then there's no mention of rain in the forecast for several days after that. So we're going to talk to KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith here in about 7:25. Find out all the deets on the latest weather information.
Yeah. And by the way, we did want to give you a quick shout out this morning to you in the 4 states. for helping us out yesterday with our radiothon for Honor Flight of the Ozarks. Thanks to you, KZRG and the stations at Zimmer Marketing were able to raise tens of thousands of dollars. Now, we don't have the exact figure yet. They're still calculating, but that is our preliminary report for you this morning from yesterday's efforts, from your efforts yesterday of saying thank you to local area veterans. There's another opportunity to help veterans out in a meaningful and tangible way, and we're going to be telling you about that in less than 10 minutes at around 6:40. Something else we're going to be talking about in less than 10 minutes at around 6:40. A viral video cost a DEI executive her job. That's coming up next. Good morning.
At 6:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk, KZRG.
On our Flight of the Ozarks.
Iran sends an exploding drone.
Trump returns to D.C. hotel.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Flash flood warning until 9 this morning. Flood watch ending at 7 o'clock tonight. Heading for a high of 86. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. Following sports, that'll be at 6:38. Rain in part of the 4 states, but it's mostly just cloudy now. 70 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 69 in Galena, 69 in Joplin.
Nice.
AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. News Talk, KZRG.
A great day for veterans. Tens of thousands of dollars raised for Honor Flight of the Ozarks, all thanks to you. This money will go to help local vets so they can fly to Washington, D.C. to see the war memorials that were built in their honor. And if you missed it yesterday, there's still a chance to help out by being in downtown Webb City tomorrow from 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon for the Red White Sip and Shop event. Food, shopping, and family fun, all for a great cause.
U.S. officials announcing that Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps was behind a drone strike that hit a Singapore-flagged cargo ship leaving the Strait of Hormuz yesterday. Madeline Rivera tells News Talk, KZRG.
U.S. officials say the Singapore-flagged cargo ship called Ever Lovely was exiting the Strait of Hormuz off the Omani coast Thursday when it was hit by one IRGC drone. The strike damaged the ship's bridge, and as a result, the International Maritime Organization says it's pausing the evacuation operation until it gets more clarity on the situation. The IRGC's Navy has warned vessels will only be allowed to pass in routes that Iran has approved. The Persian Gulf Strait Authority says any passage through routes outside the framework designated by PGSA will not be covered by safe passage guarantees and will not be entitled to insurance coverage for related liabilities.
President Donald Trump returning to the site of an attempted assassination today.
President Trump will address the Faith and Freedom Coalition's Road to Majority conference. The event is at the Washington Hilton, the hotel where a gunman fired his weapon during the White House Correspondents Association dinner in April. President Trump, the vice president, and several other administration officials were quickly evacuated. The president has not returned to that hotel since. The annual WHCA dinner is rescheduled for next month, but will take place instead at the Waldorf Astoria near the White House, a hotel previously owned by the Trump Organization. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Cloudy 69, 6:33, News Talk, KZRG.
An agreement has been okayed that will affect thousands of water customers in Newton County. News Talk KZRG's Steve Smith has the story.
The Missouri Public Service Commission has issued an agreement allowing Missouri American Water to acquire, own, operate, and maintain Neosho's water and sewer system. Now, the PSC had to consider whether the service was needed, whether the applicant was qualified to provide it, whether the applicant had the financial ability to provide the service, whether it is all economically feasible, and whether the service promotes the public interest. Now, the PSC says all those criteria have been met. Existing Neosho water and sewer rates will remain in effect for the time being. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
Con artists are using an AI-generated image of the Missouri State Highway Patrol in a brand new scam. With the story, Sue Danielson.
Captain Scott White says it starts with a social media message followed by demands for gift card purchases to resolve a phony charge or fee from a fake package.
We will never demand money, fines, or fees through social media, email, text messages, or any other chat applications.
He reminds Missourians to double-check through official sources and contacts, not the information provided through the suspicious social media message, text, or email. Sue Danielson, MissouriNet.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Cloudy 69, 635 News Talk, KZRG.
Well, after 25 years in service, the Neosho Christian School is shutting its doors. School officials say they've been facing ongoing financial challenges due to fundraising shortfalls and decreased monetary donations. They've also seen a big drop in student enrollment, and again, they say they won't be holding classes any longer.
Celebrations to mark America's 250th birthday continue in Washington, D.C. with the Great American State Fair.
Vanilla Ice is set to perform for crowds this evening at the Great American State Fair on the National Mall, which stretches from the U.S. Capitol to the Washington Monument. Multiple stages will feature other artists and performances during the fair, including Flo Rida, actor Dean Cain with a taping of his podcast, as well as military groups, including the U.S. Coast Guard Brass Quintet, the Marines Drum and Bugle Corps, and the U.S. Navy Commodores. There will also be movie screenings, including Top Gun and Cars. The Great American State Fair runs through July 10th on the National Mall. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
They're still advancing, but they lost a game last night, according to Joe Morgan.
Heartbreak in Inglewood last night for the Red, White, and Blue at the World Cup. The U.S. men's national team fell to Turkey 3-2. Can Ayan slipped in the game winner on the final kick of the match in stoppage time. Despite the loss, the U.S. still wins Group D and will face Bosnia-Herzegovina in the round of 32 next Wednesday. On the diamond, what a day for Junior Caminero. The Rays slugger launched 3 home runs and drove in 6, leading Tampa Bay to a 13-2 blowout over Kansas City. The Royals bounced right back tonight, traveling to Chicago to open a 3-game set against the White Sox. First pitch is scheduled for 6:40. And finally, the Cardinals got rained out last night. They'll look to dry off and open their weekend series at home against the Marlins tonight. Game time is 7:15. Catch the action on AM 1230, The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's a look at sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news, the service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash? Liberty Tree Guns, buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news, 7 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Out the door early this morning, be extra cautious on the roads. Very heavy rain overnight. Reports of some flooding, so it's going to be hard to gauge how much water is on the roads. If you see an area that looks like it's covered in water, find an alternate route. Flood watch until 7 o'clock tonight. More scattered storms to deal with later on today and tonight, slowly drying out over the weekend. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing a little bit of rain now entering Labette County. It's headed to the east, but it's falling apart as it comes across. It is 70 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 69 in Diamond, 69 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 6:38.
Now that's a job for JB.
That's a job for JB.
That's a job for JB.
Homeowners everywhere are letting their neighbors know. If you have electrical issues, call on the residential specialists, JB Electric. When it comes to something as important to good enough. By the JB standards, a set of rules that all of our electricians.
Girl Chris, good morning, Girl Chris. Doc is here. Good morning, Doc.
Shoot you straight, even if it's not the news you were hoping for. A job done right isn't just something that we say; it's what we actually put into practice every day.
I'm Joshua Blood with JB Electric. We believe you should get the whole truth.
Oh, it's definitely counterintelligence.
That's one of our JB.
Very funny, Sarisa. I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Call us today at
Comical.
417-647-3100.
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Go
GoJBElectric.com. That's GoJBElectric.com.
This summer, one of the four state's most vibrant streets becomes.
So we have, here's a little, you want some interesting stories. You know, you tune into the KZRG Newswatch for interesting stories, commentary, and news. Here is an interesting story for you. In the break room here at News Talk KZRG, we have a Keurig, which is what I use to make my coffee, because I buy coffee beans from a local shop. Shout out to Bearded Lady. Morning, girl, Chris. I grind the beans at home, and then I bring them in an airtight jar into work, and then I use a reusable Keurig cup, and then I put them in there, and then I use the Keurig at work for my coffee in the morning. Unfortunately, it's a shared device, and people like to use disposable. I'm getting a hint of
K-cups.
Yeah, disposable caramel flavor.
Ooh, yummy, yummy.
No, not yummy, because there's residue in the machine. And caramel in your coffee is like banana on food. You put a banana next to bread, and the whole bread loaf tastes like banana, right? Same with caramel. This coffee is ruined. It just tastes like caramel.
Not if you add peanut butter to it. Bananas on top of peanut butter on a sandwich.
Well, listen, if you do bananas on bread on purpose, it's great. But if you just set them next to something and then the flavor seeps into it, it's gross. That's my issue with this. And by the way, I have no issue with caramel. I like caramel. Here's the issue I have, is that the disposable K-cups, that's not real caramel. It's just a bunch of chemicals that are trying to recreate caramel best it can, and it's never accurate. It's never right. It's always off. So it just tastes like some weird, like, sugar homunculus. Gross. So how's that for a really interesting story this morning?
Ooh, blueberry coffee. Yum, yum.
Inkles Ace Hardware for people with ugly rooms.
Neighbors helping neighbors. Inkles Ace Hardware Store.
Be sure to tune in to News Talk KZRG every weekday from 9 to 11 to hear what's going on with me, Chris Plant, on News Talk KZRG.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
This is Steve Scott. The radar, KZRG Storm Tracker radar, showing the heaviest rain now east of Springfield, just barely, but that's not too shabby. It's getting away from us at the time being. More rain is moving into the Labette County area, but as it does, it's falling apart. In fact, it's almost getting to Altamont, then it falls apart and goes away, but more is on the way, but it's again just dissolving as it goes. We do have a flash flood warning in effect for most of the listing area until 9 o'clock this morning. A flood watch is in effect until 7 o'clock tonight. That's for the entire listing area. More showers and thunderstorms are expected later today. Some could be strong to severe. If severe weather breaks out, we'll break in and let you know what's happening. Tonight, the high today 86, and then tonight more showers and thunderstorms possible, 72 for the low. A little bit of spillage, carryover of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, but they'll be dying out as the day progresses. High of 90. Tomorrow night, mostly clear, 77. Then the good spell with no rain in the forecast for several days. Sunny and hot, 92 for the high on Sunday. We are going to be talking to KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith at 7:25.
Well, the New York Knicks won the NBA Finals not too long ago, which was a big deal. And, we're still seeing media coverage about it. It seems like we're seeing more media coverage of the post-game celebrations than we are of the actual victory. And by that, of course, I mean all the New York Knicks fans, climbing on top of cars and garbage trucks and ripping signs down and breaking glass and spray painting everything they can find. What is it with sports fans where when their home team wins, they just go full-blown BLM riot? I don't understand that aspect of sports.
Well, at least they're mostly peaceful.
I just don't get that. Oh my gosh, my team won? Time to destroy my city.
Where's
what a
the
blast.
trash can? Let's dump it.
I mean, at this point, wouldn't it make more sense to root for the rival teams? That way their city gets destroyed instead of yours?
Sure, why not?
It just makes no sense. But anyway, the big story is despite all that chaos that happened, there was one video that rose above the rest. It was a video of a woman who was celebrating the Knicks' victory, and how else might someone celebrate such a historic victory other than picking up a city trash can that was spray painted in Knicks colors in honor of the team, and then dumping all the trash out onto the street and then walking away and taking the trash can home. That's how she decided to celebrate.
Wow. Boy, that really took a lot of gumption to do that.
Yeah. Well, she was caught on camera doing it, and that video has now gone viral because it's completely ridiculous.
Of course.
And what happens when a video goes viral of someone doing something stupid? The internet sleuths suddenly come out of the woodwork and start doing a little investigating.
And there's even like some facial recognition that somebody responded by seeing who this person was.
The internet sleuths were able to use all the age of modern technology to ID this woman as 40-year-old Angie Bays. And it turns out Angie works in the financial industry as a financial executive.
No. Used to work.
Oh, excuse me, Steve. Used to work in the financial industry as a financial executive.
She's not included anymore in the inclusion.
No more is she a part of her former employer. Now, her official title was, before she got fired for this video went viral of her being a complete moron.
Idiot would be more the word.
I think the proper nomenclature is idiote. It's Italian, Steve.
Oh.
Real classy like.
Well, pardon me. Excuse me.
She's a complete idiote. And she was the executive director of community and industry engagement for card and connected commerce at J.P. Morgan Chase.
Ooh,
boy, put
big
that
title.
I know. Put that on a nameplate for your desk, huh?
Well, could you imagine it on a business card? Take like the length of 3 cards to be able to get your entire title on.
Yeah. Here's my business sheet of paper. That's what it would be. So in any case, though, that was her role. But the internet sleuths go, well, hold on. This doesn't really make sense. She doesn't really have a lot of experience in this realm. How did she get this job? So they did a little more digging. And it turns out, how did she get her start at J.P. Morgan Chase?
How?
Well, according to her LinkedIn, she used to serve as the executive director of diversity, equity, and inclusion for some restaurant blog website that writes about restaurants and about needing to have equitable restaurants and equitable eateries in America. And that website blog was purchased by Chase back in 2021 to grow its portfolio of lifestyle-based content for cardholders. Why do they feel they need that? I don't know. Take it up at the free market. That seems like a silly business strategy. Who knows? It seems ridiculous. But anyway, then she got gobbled up by Chase. Now suddenly this literal DEI hire, literally working as the executive for diversity, equity, and inclusion, now isn't just working for some off-the-beaten-path restaurant blog. Suddenly she's working for an Institute of Finance. And she utilized... Finance, yes. And like the idiote that she is, she decided to pivot and make her title really fancy and sound more financially inclusive, well, to borrow her language, instead of a completely, moronic job like being the DEI executive.
Yeah.
And anyway, all this to say, she got canned for stealing that trash can.
She's no longer inclusive.
No, certainly not. So, yeah, that's what you get for littering, which, by the way, I will say it is kind of funny. Again, this all happened in New York City. New York City, famously a bit of a cesspool. They famously have as many rats as human beings, if not more, in that city. It's not the cleanest city on planet Earth. No. I found it very, very funny that in deep blue liberal New York City, you can do whatever you want there. You can shoot up heroin on the street. You can have a bunch of stray dogs roaming around biting people, and it's completely fine. You can rob people. You can have protests and burn down the city when your favorite sports team wins or when your favorite politician loses. But I will be darned if New Yorkers let somebody litter in that city. Because here's a woman where her cry was she took a trash can and dumped all the trash on the street, and everyone had a big issue with that in New York City.
Well.
But not all the fentanyl, not all the open-air drug markets, not the theft, not the illegal migration going on in there. Oh, that's all perfectly fine. But golly, if you drop a single Eaton Hershey bar on the ground, any bit of trash, it's over for you. We're taking your job.
She was being inclusive for the rats. She was giving them food.
Oh.
Making it easier for them to eat by dumping it on the ground.
You know what it was? Really, what is a trash can other than
a can
garbage
of trash.
Prison? It's a prison for garbage.
That's true. We can't have that.
We can't have that.
No.
Free the garbage.
Ooh.
Let all the prisoners
New
out.
slogan, free the garbage.
Hashtag free the garbage. Get it out of these man-made prisons. Let it roam free. We need cage-free garbage in our blues bastions, in our blue cities.
Stop funding the trash cans.
Vote Ted for 2028 for Democrat. New slogan. So anyway, that was kind of the big news. That was a big story. You know, we weren't going to touch on it, but it just got so viral. I don't know if you heard about it. The video is hilarious. It's just completely ridiculous. But you can check it out literally anywhere on the interwebs. KZRG News Time 650. Steve, I know we already went through weather a little bit, but after last night, I know the 4 states is a little wary of severe weather. KZRG, we were here covering it live for you last night. When severe weather breaks out, we break in no matter the time. What are we looking like weather today?
We're looking at a possibility of more severe weather. Timing-wise, probably going to be this afternoon or this evening is when it's probably going to hit. Of course, we're going to be getting more full information from KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith coming up at about 7:25. But the good news is after we get through this patch of rain, which includes wrapping up tomorrow morning, we're going to have a multiple-day experience of no rain in the forecast for several days. Days. And it looks like we're going to actually return to temperatures that normally happen in the month of June.
All right. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on all that and more. KZRG News Time 650.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Thanks to you, News Talk KZRG and Zimmer Marketing were able to raise tens of thousands of dollars to send local veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the war monuments built in their honor. But there's still time to make a difference in an area veteran's life.
Number 2.
Zimmer Marketing's Red White Sip and Shop. It's a great way to do some summer shopping while also supporting veterans. It's happening tomorrow on Webb City's Main Street and supports Honor Flight of the Ozarks.
Number 1.
In honor of America's 250th birthday, News Talk KZRG giving away a U.S. flag that was flown over the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., complete with a certificate of authenticity. Download the KZRG app and enter once a day for your shot at this patriotic prize.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What's a federal program you would like to see investigated? We want to know. Text us at 417-782-1310 or leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app. Let us know your thinking on that. Coming up, Sean Hannity's Morning Minute. You tune into Sean every single weekday starting at 2 on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Out the door early this morning, be extra cautious on the roads. Very heavy rain overnight. Reports of some flooding, so it's going to be hard to gauge how much water is on the roads. If you see an area that looks like it's covered in water, find an alternate route. Flood watch until 7 o'clock tonight. More scattered storms to deal with later on today and tonight, slowly drying out over the weekend. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Here are the facts about State Senator Jill Carter. Fact: in the State Senate, Jill Carter is consistently siding against Missouri parents, choosing radical liberal unions instead. Fact: Senator Jill Carter joined every single Democrat to vote against the Parents' Bill of Rights, blocking transparency and keeping parents in the dark about what's being taught in the classroom. Fact: Senator Jill Carter voted to allow radical ideologies to be taught in public schools. Fact: when it came time to actually pass the bill that delivered President Trump's school choice agenda, protections for homeschool families, better pay for teachers, and increased funding for public schools, Senator Jill Carter walked away. Stack the facts up, and it's clear to see that Senator Jill Carter isn't fighting for the issues that matter most to us.
Call State Senator Jill Carter and tell her to stop voting against Missouri parents and President Trump's agenda. 573-751-2173. Paid for by American Federation for Children, Inc.
At Thrasher Foundation Repair, we promise you an experience so remarkable, you'll want to leave us a 5-star review. From wet basements to bowing walls, sinking concrete to nasty crawl spaces, whatever your home's facing, you can count on Thrasher to fix it right. With over 34,000 5-star reviews and 50 years as a local family-owned company, Thrasher is a name homeowners trust. Schedule your free home inspection today at gothrasher.com.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
One backyard had everything.
Oh, yeah, the cops that shot that dog. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. You're totally right.
Until the mosquitoes arrived. Suddenly, everyone's swatting. The dog won't stop scratching. The cookout moved
No,
inside.
you're totally right, girlfriend. I totally forgot about
It
that.
was the summer that should have been. until one family fought back and called Bug Away Pest Control.
Hey, it's Doug and Rory from Bug Away Pest Control. Don't let backyard pests cancel your summer plans. Let Bug Away Pest Control use powerful, pet-friendly treatments to treat your yard and stop those pests from returning.
How does that Super Cops line go? Littering and smoking the reefer. I'm gonna be honest, Joey. That reference, Joe, that went right over my head. Don't know that reference. Jameson was the dog's name.
It's a no-go.
Was the dog's owners a bunch of drunks? I don't know the name. Actually, yes. My good friend, his dog is named Whiskey, and his mother drinks
whiskey,
an unhealthy amount of whiskey.
The hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but
No, it's always super sad when we hear stories like that. It just is heartbreaking when people shoot dogs. No, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. It's so admirable and sweet to me how passionate human beings as a species are for dogs and cats. It's adorable. If a human gets shot, it's sad and everyone gets sad about it, and some people get frustrated about it depending on the situation. But if you catch word of someone abusing a dog or a cat, oh dude, the whole town is looking for a little bit of street justice for something like that. You mess with a dog or a cat, it's like when prisoners find out that one of the inmates is a pedophile. And all the prisoners know, we're going to mess with that guy. We're going to show that guy some real justice. Right here. It's the same logic as that, but we do it with our fuzzy buddies, our furry friends. I think that's awesome. I think it's a really cool relationship that we as a species have with another species. Very heartwarming.
Examples of to get milk without a prescription. That was not the promise if they got rid of those evil rich people in the former Soviet Union. Whatever manifestation it is, and now we have it in the form of Bernie Sanders socialism. Bernie Sanders was an outlier in the Democratic Party. He was not considered mainstream. He was laughed at. He was just basically tolerated, an annoyance when he was running against Hillary Clinton. Now he's become the mainstream of this radical new Democratic Socialist Party. Who would go honeymoon in the former Soviet Union? That was Bernie Sanders. Jeez.
The Sean Hannity Show from coast to coast later today.
I hope you'll join the hundreds of thousands of people who choose confidence over uncertainty. Now more families are turning to Byrna, the world leader in the less lethal personal defense category, because being prepared, that changes everything. All hand assembled in beautiful Fort Wayne, Indiana. Now their compact launcher is small enough to conceal carry, but powerful enough to help stop any threat from up to 60 feet away. It fires kinetic tear gas pepper rounds that can disable an attacker for up to 40 minutes. Now that gives you distance, time, and the ability to take control of a dangerous situation without resorting to lethal force. You don't need a background check, you don't need a permit, and it's legal in all 50 states. And they'll ship it right to your door. It's trusted by hundreds of law enforcement and government agencies and families across the country. Now, Byrna gives you more than protection. It gives you confidence, control, and the power to stand ready when it matters most. Just go to byrna.com and find the right launcher for you and your family. That's byrna.com. Hey, join me, Sean Hannity, every weekday, 2 to 5. It's all happening right here on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
We have a flash flood warning in effect for a large part of our listening area this morning until 9 o'clock because of getting between 3 and 5 inches average rain in the area in the overnight hours. So if you come across water over the bridge, over the road, turn around, don't drown. Keep that in mind. Now, a chance for more showers and thunderstorms later today. Some could contain heavy rain. Some could be strong to severe storms. High of 86 tonight, down to 72 with another chance of showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow morning, we're wrapping up the showers and thunderstorms. High of 90. And then tomorrow night, mostly clear, 77. Sunny and hot, 92 on Sunday. We're going to be talking to KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith at 7:25.
That's exactly right. We also want to give a big thank you to you this morning for helping us out yesterday with our Honor Flight of the Ozarks Radiothon that News Talk KZRG and the stations of Zimmer Marketing hosted yesterday. Because of you, and your generous hearts and your passion for veterans in the area, we were able to raise tens of thousands of dollars. We don't have the exact number yet, but that's the preliminary report we are getting from the eggheads in accounting. They said tens of thousands of dollars. They're still calculating the exact number. But seriously, thank you. And if you still want to be a part of this great program, if you're still looking for a way to make a tangible difference in a local veteran's life, tomorrow's the day that you can do that. Tomorrow's the Red White Sip and Shop happening in Webb City's Main Street, hosted by KZRG and Zimmer Marketing, where you can go to a farmer's market style event, all helping raise money for area veterans. Good morning.
The Four States News, Talk, and Severe Weather Station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 7 o'clock.
3 more ships have reportedly turned around. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what Iran state media is saying the day after Iran attacked a cargo ship with a drone. And even though President Trump insists the deal with Iran as nuclear talks continue open the Strait of Hormuz to a free flow of shipping again.
A UN agency says it temporarily paused evacuations until the safety of ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz can be guaranteed. And the IRGC Navy has warned any ship passing through a new shipping route without Iran's coordination is unacceptable and dangerous. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says Iran will be judged not by its rhetoric, but by whether ships are actually moving through the strait.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera. Despite those issues, oil prices down more than 2% again this morning. Thousands still feared missing, maybe buried in Venezuela's twin earthquake disaster.
And rescue crews are racing against time, searching through mountains of rubble as powerful aftershocks threaten to bring down even more structures. And teams are also battling landslides while pulling survivors from the debris.
Fox Weather's Katie Byrne. At least 235 people are dead in Venezuela, more than 4,300 injured. President Trump will return today to the Washington Hilton, where in April a gunman tried to attack the White House Correspondents' Dinner. This time the president will address a Faith and Freedom Coalition conference, and while conservatives gather there is strife on the left.
According to this new report from Axios, a bunch of centrist House Democrats are, quote, preparing for war if the new slate of far-left members who just won their Democratic primaries ultimately end up joining their ranks in Congress and try to hijack the House floor to extract ideological concessions. 13 House Democratic members and candidates signed on to a Promise to America initiative. They're pledging to stay true to centrist principles, including capitalism over socialism, fiscal discipline, strong borders, and pride in the United States.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Flash flood warning until 9 o'clock this morning. Flood watch ends at 7 o'clock tonight, heading for a high of 86. Strong to severe storms possible. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. Following sports, that'll be at 7:08. It's cloudy, 70 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 72 in Webb City, 72 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG. It was a great day for veterans. Tens of thousands of dollars was raised for Honor Flight of the Ozarks, thanks to you. This money is going to go to local vets so they can fly to Washington, D.C. and see the war memorials that were built in their honor. If you missed it yesterday, you can still help out by being in downtown Webb City tomorrow, 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. for Red White Sip and Shop event. It'll be food, shopping, and family fun, all for a great cause.
Well, Arkansas's top cop has been fighting big tech.
Attorney General Tim Griffin now suing the parent company of Snapchat, saying that they're engaging in deceptive and unconscionable trade practices and also creating a public nuisance that's harming the health and the safety of Arkansas children. This after Griffin earlier this week also sued Roblox and Discord, saying that they're some of the most dangerous places online and that they function together as a two-stage predatory pipeline, saying they violate Arkansas's Deceptive Trade Practices Act. I'm Cy Albright, News Talk KZRG.
Don't swim in Grand Lake, at least in the northern part of that body of water in northeast Oklahoma. Seneca Cayuga Environmental Department issuing that warning due to high bacterial levels in the lake. Now, those who ignore the warning could be subject to troublesome symptoms, including nausea, fatigue, diarrhea, and more after they go for a swim. If you do have contact with the water, bathe well afterwards and avoid swimming with any open cuts or when ill. The advisory will remain in effect until further notice. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Cloudy, 72, 704, going on 705. News Talk, KZRG.
Well, the Kansas Department of Agriculture now seeking qualified applicants to serve on its Marketing Advisory Board. The board provides guidance and input on Kansas Department of Agriculture programs that support Kansas agriculture, including agricultural business development, international trade, and marketing development. Members serve 4-year terms and meet quarterly. The deadline to apply is August 1st. All the details for this call to action can be found inside the KZRG app.
Secure the border. Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley says every liberal judge who refuses to enforce immigration law should have to take in an illegal alien.
He'd know what the rest of America feels like in towns across America who have to accept these illegals, who have to put up with the crime, and liberals like him sit back in their gated communities, issue these rulings, and then go off and sip martinis at their private pools.
Hawley says these judges have no business being on the bench in Trump's America. Team USA and FIFA lost last night, according to Joe Morgan.
Heartbreak in Inglewood last night for the Red, White, and Blue at the World Cup. The U.S. men's national team fell to Turkey 3-2. Can Ayan slipped in the game winner on the final kick of the match in stoppage time. Despite the loss, the U.S. still wins Group D and will face Bosnia-Herzegovina in the round of 32 next Wednesday. On the diamond, what a day for Junior Caminero. The Rays slugger launched 3 home runs and drove in 6, leading Tampa Bay to a 13-2 blowout over Kansas City. The Royals bounce right back tonight, traveling to Chicago to open a 3-game set against the White Sox. First pitch is scheduled for 6:40. And finally, the Cardinals got rained out last night. They'll look to dry off and open their weekend series at home against the Marlins tonight. Game time is 7:15. Catch the action on AM 1230, The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's a look at sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news, the service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash? Liberty Tree Guns, buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Pahorquez.
Next news at 7:30. Breaking news. As it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. The rain from overnight winding down, but scattered storms developing for the afternoon and evening with heavy rain and severe weather possible later today. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
A service of derailed commodity flooring and furniture. Let their professionals help you select great flooring and furniture to give your house that new home feel. See them at your local derailed commodity store today or look them up on derailedcommodity.com.
KZRG storm tracker radar showing some very light rain that's disintegrating and dissipating in Labette County. It's right now around Altamont, extending back over to around Cherryvale in Montgomery County. Nothing severe at this time. 70 in Neosho, cloudy, 68 in Pittsburgh. It's 72 in Carl Junction, 72 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 7:08.
Hi, Sandy. What's that? I'm reading up on this Amendment 4 on the August ballot. What's 4? Amendment 4 absurdly creates a new un-American minority veto power, but only for ballot issues that we citizens put on the ballot. Don't they say it'll protect conservative ideas? Truth gets in the way of their story. Amendment 4 would mean as few as 5% of the most liberal statewide voters in one congressional district could veto any good conservative idea or reform, even when a big majority supports it. That does sound un-American. How did that get on the ballot? The politicians put it there, and it would empower a small minority of liberals. They could stop funding for police, stop tax cuts, or any other common sense conservative policy we support. Only 5%? One district? That would make it nearly impossible to pass needed reforms or rein in politicians. Yep, Amendment 4 is a misguided power grab by politicians. I'm voting no on Amendment 4.
Right. I'm not giving up my constitutional rights. It's a hard no on 4.
Paid for by Missourians for Fair Governance. Dignity, choice, control. They're the foundation of the Independent Living Center. At the Independent Living Center, they believe that needing assistance at home should never mean giving up the right to make your own decisions. That's why they offer both agency-directed and consumer-directed services. For individuals who want the freedom to choose their own care attendant, consumer-directed services puts that choice where it belongs, with you. Whether it's a trusted friend, a family member, or someone you know and rely on, having the ability to choose your caregiver can make all the difference. Because the freedom to choose who helps you is just as important as the help itself.
I'm Toby Davis with the Independent Living Center. Our mission is to help individuals with disabilities maintain their independence while staying in the comfort of their own homes. It's our core philosophy that every person should have the right to make their own decisions and take charge of their own care. To learn more about the many services we provide, such as our in-home programs and peer support opportunities, visit us at ilcenter.org.
Life is full of challenges, but you don't have to face them alone. At intouch.org, you'll find powerful sermons from Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, and resources designed to strengthen your faith and bring hope into your everyday life. Whether you're searching for encouragement, biblical wisdom, or practical guidance, intouch.org is here to help you grow closer to God's promises. Discover truth that speaks to your heart. Visit intouch.org today.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250 micro to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
The latest is always heard on News Talk KZRG. Broadcasting from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio, this is News Talk KZRG. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
7:11 is the current KZRG news time. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. 72 in Joplin, 68 in Pittsburgh, 70 in Neosho, 75 in the Miami area. Joining us live this morning here on News Talk KZRG is Jessica Johnson, Neosho's Public Information Officer. Jessica!
Good morning.
It's so good to have you back in the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I noticed that you came in empty-handed. You didn't get my note saying donuts required to enter.
Oh, was that in the email?
That's okay. You'll get us next time, I'm sure.
I will, yeah.
Of course. No, Jessica, you are here to join us this morning to talk about a really fun upcoming community event in Neosho. Yes. Celebrate Neosho. Tell us about it.
Yes. So Celebrate Neosho is our take on Independence Day celebration and also celebrating our great community all in one. So this year the event is this Saturday, June 27th at 4 p.m. in historic downtown Neosho, right on the square. We're going to have tons of activities, vendors, contests, music, everything. I mean, almost anything that you can think of at like a festival like this.
So it basically, Jessica, it's just going to be one big giant party in honor of this nation's history and Neosho's history.
Yes, yeah. So we'll have a car show. That's kind of like kicks off everything. We'll do an opening ceremony and then we just go right into music, and then we have bounce houses. We'll have watermelon seed spinning contest, cutest dog contest.
Oh.
One of the categories is ugliest dog. So if you think your dog might not be the cutest, it could be the ugliest. But ugly dogs are cute. So
they are cute. It is sort of like a bell curve. The cuter they are, they're great. The uglier they are, they're great.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we'll also have the balance bike race for kids age 2 to 4.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah. And if you want to participate, you can pre-register, or if they don't pre-register, they just have to bring their own bike and helmet.
Okay.
Yeah, own balance bike, because we just won't have any to provide. And then we'll have a kiddie tractor pool, giant sandbox, goodness, there's so much going on. And then we have our new Explorer truck that is sponsored by Brandco. And so we're bringing in tons of vehicles. So military, construction, city vehicles, fire truck, police car, just like all different things. So kids and adults can kind of ask questions, look around, check it out. Just, opportunity that they may not have any other time. And all of that is free.
Wow, and it's all a part of Celebrate Neosho that's happening tomorrow in Neosho starting at 4 p.m. local. It's Jessica Johnson. She's the Public Information Officer for the city of Neosho. She's here live on News Talk KZRG at a news time of 7:15. So, Jessica, music that's being played. Do we know who is playing? Is Taylor Swift coming to town?
Oh, gosh, that would be amazing. So we'll start off at 4:15 with Harmony Street, and then and about an hour and 15 minutes later, we'll have Rebecca Hawkins Project, and then we'll end the night with the Lost Dogs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So some local sounds?
Yeah. So you may have heard them different places. You may not have. All different, like a little bit different genres, but kind of run into each other very nicely. So it'll be a really good night. And then fireworks at 9:30.
Oh, that's super exciting. It's Celebrate Neosho. It's happening tomorrow starting at 4 in the afternoon. Jessica Johnson's live here with us here on News Talk KZRG. Now, Jessica, you had made a reference to a car show. Is that right?
Yes.
What type of cars are going to be there?
So any type of cars. So classic, modified, unique, fun. Like if you just love your car, bring it out. So we have it that the spots are limited for that, though. We have 70 spots available. And there is pre-registration going on for that. And this is sponsored in part by Flagship Auto Group. So they are helping coordinate everything. So if you're interested in bringing your vehicle out, definitely check out our website, neoshomo.gov/celebrate neosho. And if you click on the car show graphic, it will take you to that sign up. To make sure that you get a spot guaranteed.
Nice. So you definitely going to want to do that beforehand.
Yes. And you can also call Flagship Auto Group, and they can get you on that list as well.
Nice. That is super cool. It's Jessica Johnson here talking about Celebrate Neosho happening tomorrow in Neosho starting at 4. Where in Neosho is this happening?
So this is in historic downtown Neosho, so right on the square, and we'll have most of the square, the whole square closed off, and then several parts of the roads that are one block off that go off the square. So we will actually close the roads at noon tomorrow, and then with all vehicles off by 2, and then we'll be set up and ready to go by 4.
That's so cool. And what's so cool about Neosho Square is, this is going to sound really dumb, but the fact that it's a square.
Yes.
And so you can literally show up and you don't do all that much walking, but you can still see everything.
Yes. Yeah, you can stand on one corner and, and see two views, and so you only have to do really 2 corners and you see everything.
Get the whole 9 yards there.
Yeah.
So Jessica, who's this for? Who's invited to this?
So this is for anyone. So families, anything. You could come down there. Bring a sack lunch or dinner. You could have a completely free evening just hanging out in your community.
Yeah. And the people watching is fantastic.
Yes,
and the odds of you bumping into someone that you haven't seen in a little while, probably pretty high.
Absolutely.
And that's what I think is so cool about events like Celebrate Neosho is the social aspect.
Oh, yeah.
We talk all the time about how rare the 4 states area is in terms of community.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we have such strong community. It's events like Celebrate Neosho that create environments where community can get together, right?
Oh, yeah. So just... you're walking on the road and you might see your child's teacher from 2 years ago that you haven't seen, and you're like, hey, oh my gosh, it's great to see you. Just things like, just people that you don't see on a day-to-day basis. So that is really, really great for us and for our community. One more thing I forgot to add, we are also doing a peanut butter drive for Bright Futures Neosho at the event.
What on earth is a peanut butter drive?
So you have to bring jars of peanut butter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was in my head immediately. I thought, okay, we got to lather ourselves up in peanut butter and drive a car in the car show.
Oh my gosh.
That would be.
Are you adding a contest for us?
The Ted Peanut Butter Drive Ted Twist.
Yes.
Is what we'll call it. Yes, of course.
You may be the only entry, but.
So the jokes aside, though, the peanut butter drive, how does this work? What's it for?
So it is for Bright Futures Neosho, and they help support students in our community with food and different things like that throughout the school year. And so this just gets them a jump start on having some of that shelf-stable food that they can already have on hand once the school year starts. So we're just trying to give them a little head start on that, and they'll be set up right next to the watermelon seed spitting contest.
Very apt. Have all the food in one section. Excellent.
Yeah.
It's Jessica Johnson. She's the Neosho Public Information Officer. We're talking about celebrating Neosho with Celebrate Neosho happening in downtown Neosho, right on the square tomorrow, starting at 4 in the afternoon. Weather's going to be great tomorrow as well, which is fantastic.
Yeah, thanks for doing that for us.
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Yeah, I called Mother Nature and I said, listen, lady.
Appreciate it.
Celebrate Neosho. You got to get it together for us. Jessica, is there anything else you think people should know about Celebrate Neosho or anything else?
I think the biggest thing is just know that everyone's invited and just come down and enjoy an evening in our community. There's great things to see. Even if you just come hang out, it really is a great night.
Yeah. If people want to learn more, Jessica Johnson, about Celebrate Neosho or any other events that the city is going on, where can they go?
Yeah, so our Facebook page is a great place to go. It's City of Neosho, or our website, neoshomo.gov. They're both great options. We try to keep them both very updated with everything we have going on.
Excellent. Jessica Johnson, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
We'll talk to you again soon. KZRG News Time, 7:20.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Thanks to you, News Talk KZRG and Zimmer Marketing were able to raise tens of thousands of dollars to send local veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the war monuments built in their honor. But there's still time to make a difference in an area veteran's life.
Number 2.
Zimmer Marketing's Red, White, Sip, and Shop. It's a great way to do some summer shopping while also supporting veterans. It's happening tomorrow on Webb City's Main Street and supports Honor Fly to the Ozarks to give a meaningful thank you for their service.
Number 1.
In honor of America's 250th birthday, News Talk KZRG is giving away to a U.S. flag that was flown over the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., complete with a certificate of authenticity. Download the KZRG app and enter once a day for your shot at this patriotic prize.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What federal program would you like to see investigated? We want to know. Leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app or text us at 417-782-1310. Coming up, a look at weekday weather with KZRG's meteorologist Terry Smith on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Out the door early this morning, be extra cautious on the roads. Very heavy rain overnight, reports of some flooding, so it's going to be hard to gauge how much water is on the roads. If you see an area that looks like it's covered in water, find an alternate route. Flood watch until 7 o'clock tonight. More scattered storms to deal with later on today and tonight, slowly drying out over the weekend. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Hinkle's Ace Hardware, they've got what you need there.
Whoa, easy there, killer. Is that neon salmon with the side of 1970s lime? Your walls aren't just dated, they are crying for help. It's time to neutralize the situation at Hinkle's Ace Hardware. We've got the on-trend palettes that'll turn your fixer-upper into fixed it. Grab the designer-approved colors you see on TV, like the Benjamin Moore favorites used by Dave and Jenny Mars on Fixer to Fabulous, or the iconic Magnolia Home line from Fixer Upper. This is quality stuff, folks. We're talking fewer coats, less mess, and low-odor formulas that won't clear out the house. These coatings are built to last with stain resistance tough enough to handle a scrubbing from a busy household. Save time, save money, and finally stop squinting at those walls. Visit Hinkle's Ace Hardware in Webb City or our location just around the corner from Freeman Hospital in Joplin. Hinkle's Ace Hardware for people with ugly rooms.
Neighbors helping neighbors, Hinkle's Ace Hardware Store.
All right, kids, brace yourself.
Good morning, everybody. What do we have here? Hey, Rick. I didn't know peanut butter could drive. Boo. Hey, Mary's here. I think we have Mary squared. We got Mary squared now. Boom, 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 boom. Mary squared. Okay, hold on. We missed a lot. Jody's here. Queensway for Jody. I'm sorry. If I missed anyone, I apologize.
These comments move fast. Let's see. Who else is here? Jody. How do we get on the ballot? A politician put it there. Politicians put it there. Yeah, that commercial is a little bit goofy, so I'm not gonna lie, I do agree. It was the bad decision fairy. So he said, how did that get on the ballot? The giant dinosaur was resurrected and decided to run for office, and he's a minority. So, yeah, that's true. If a dinosaur did exist, he would categorically be a minority. That is technically true.
One change to the script on Celebrating Neosho.
Austin, it's your birthday!
Happy birthday!
Austin's birthday. Oh, Terry Smith is here. We're going to celebrate with her. We got to switch over in order to answer the phone, but you can see us celebrating.
Delivers a close, comfortable shave that leaves your skin feeling smooth and moisturized, and all for a lot less than expensive shave gels. So pick up a can and see for yourself why Barbasol continues to be America's #1 brand of shaving cream.
The competition is on, but it's not skiing, curling, or ice skating. It's time again for Zimmer Marketing's Best of the Four States Awards presented by Pinnacle Vet Clinic in Neosho. And you can help us award the best local businesses in over 100 categories. Just go to bestofthefourstates.com and nominate your favorites today. Help Zimmer Marketing recognize and celebrate your favorite local businesses with the Best of the Four States Awards. Nominate your favorites now at bestofthefourstates.com.
This is Buck Sexton. Join me and Clay Travis every weekday from 11 till 2 right here on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Steve Scott along with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. Good morning, Terry. Hit the button there. Now we can hear you. What were you saying?
Well, I was saying that Crawford and Cherokee counties really got some heavy rain overnight, and I know we did as well in Jasper County, where we still have the flash flood warning. It's in effect until 9 o'clock. The good thing is the rain has moved out. We've got a break for most of us, at least the heavy rain. You might see a couple of sprinkles. I'm seeing a couple of raindrops in southeastern Kansas right now. But we got a little bit of a break before the showers and thunderstorms are looking to fire up later on this afternoon.
Now, when they fire up this afternoon, could they be strong to severe, heavy rain? What do we expect?
All of that. Some strong storms, severe storms are possible. If they're going to be severe, it's mainly gusty winds would accompany the thunderstorms. Flooding is still a concern with some of these storms. We'll see if the National Weather Service feels it warrants an extension of the flood watch. But, there's the potential for some heavy rain again this afternoon and this evening, and things should quiet down later on tonight. But we do have some rain tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be everybody getting wet. That's a big critical part of the forecast, is that there'll be some areas that get wet, but not everybody, not like what we had last night. And the rainfall amounts won't be as heavy as what we had as well.
Now, so they moved back the complete daytime or day of how long it's going to be before we start getting into no rain in the forecast. It was for tomorrow. Now it's on Sunday. What's it looking like Sunday on? Are we going to get any rain in the forecast for how many days maybe?
Okay, so starting Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at this point.
All right.
Yeah, it looks dry. Now, here's there's a flip side to this coin.
Oh, boy.
It's dry and it's hot. I mean, these temperatures are up in the 90s, low 90s, just a little bit warmer than average, but still, it's been a couple of days since we've seen that kind of heat.
Yeah, well, we definitely need the heat. Now, today, what are we going to be getting? For a high.
So for a high 85, and then tomorrow 88. So, right around where we should be, a little more like typical late June.
All right. Terry Smith, KZRG meteorologist, here with us on KZRG. A lot of people call in and ask, hey, how come we don't hear Terry every day? Where's Terry? And it's because, Terry Smith, that you had officially retired, but you said that you would come back to help out I got to say, Terry, you're doing retirement very poorly. You join us a lot. As of
I know.
late.
I'm a retirement fail. Right. Here's the problem. If I wasn't in my radio booth doing all this, I'd be sitting at home looking at this stuff anyhow. So,
yeah.
Well, that's just the way things go. But I am traveling more and enjoying, the things that I like to do in my spare time. So it is nice. I'm enjoying it.
Well, that's good. And we enjoy still being able to have you join us on our airwaves every now and then, Terry.
Now, I heard a rumor that we're planning on getting you again next week at certain days.
Yes, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week I'm back. I know I've got a couple of days in July, but I start doing a little more traveling in July and August. So you'll probably hear less of me, and I'll try to perfect my retirement skills.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, good
Thank
luck.
you.
Well, Terry Smith, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Okay, guys. See you then.
Have a good one. That was KZRG's meteorologist Terry Smith here on News Talk KZRG. Coming up in less than 1 minute, the Democrat Party is splitting. It's News Talk KZRG.
At 7:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG.
Democrat Party split.
On her flight of the Ozarks.
California's billionaire tax.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Flash flood warning in effect till 9 this morning. Flash flood watch or flood watch ends at 7 o'clock tonight. We're heading for a high of 86. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. Following sports, that'll be at 7:38. Cloudy at 70 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 72 in Carthage, 72 in Joplin, AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. News Talk, KZRG. A great day for veterans. Tens of thousands of dollars was raised for Honor Flight of the Ozarks, thanks to you. Now, this money is going to go to local vets so they can fly to Washington, D.C., and see the war memorials that were built in their honor. Now, if you missed it yesterday, you can still help out by being in downtown Webb City tomorrow from 10 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon for the Red, White, Sip, and Shop event. Food, shopping, and family fun, all for a great cause.
A coalition of moderate Democrats now pledging to resist their new progressive colleagues.
13 House Democratic members and candidates signed on to a Promise to America initiative. They're pledging to stay true to centrist principles, including capitalism over socialism, fiscal discipline, strong borders, and pride in the United States. One of these lawmakers told Axios, quote, "There's going to be war," calling the incoming leftist members bomb throwers, not problem solvers. Here's Tom Swazi.
Those of us that don't support those far left or far right principles need to do a better job organizing and getting our message out.
This comes after candidates endorsed by the Democratic Socialists of America defeated several well-funded incumbents with the help of endorsements from New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani.
Well, after much debate, California voters will get to weigh in on a billionaire's tax after all.
The billionaire's tax will be on the California ballot in November. The proposal was backed by a major California healthcare union and is a one-time 5% tax on people with a net worth of $1 billion or more. The union says the money's needed to offset looming federal healthcare cuts. Opponents say the tax will only drive out billionaires and companies and investors in the state. Governor Gavin Newsom was among those who opposed it. He failed to reach a deal with the union supporting it to get it withdrawn. According to Forbes, California is home to more than 200 billionaires, the most of any state. Sue Guzman, Fox News.
Cloudy 72 at 7:33 News Talk, KZRG.
An agreement has been okayed that will affect thousands of water customers in Newton County. News Talk KZRG's Steve Smith with more.
The Missouri Public Service Commission has issued an agreement allowing Missouri American Water to acquire, own, operate, and maintain Neosho's water and sewer system. Now, the PSC had to consider whether the service was needed, whether the applicant was qualified to provide it, whether the applicant had the financial ability to provide the service, whether it is all economically feasible, and whether the service promotes the public interest. Now, the PSC says all those criteria have been met. Existing Neosho water and sewer rates will remain in effect for the time being. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
A sentence of 10 years handed down to Jared Barnes after he pled guilty to felony assault in the first degree. On May 21st of 2025, Joplin police responded to a report of an assault in a homeless camp in the woods off the North Rangeline Road. A woman there reported that she had been punched in the face by Barnes, who was her boyfriend. When her 14-year-old son tried to help her, Barnes struck him in the back of the head with a machete, leaving him with a serious laceration. As a part of a plea agreement, 2 other charges were dismissed. We'll have more inside the KZRG app. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Cloudy, it's 72, 735, News Talk, KZRG.
The Neosho Christian School now shutting its doors after 25 years in service. School officials say they've been facing ongoing financial challenges due to fundraising shortfalls and decreased monetary donations. They've also seen a big drop in student enrollment and again say they won't be holding class any longer.
Celebrations to mark America's 250th birthday continue in D.C. with the Great American State Fair.
Vanilla Ice is set to perform for crowds this evening at the Great American State Fair on the National Mall, which stretches from the U.S. Capitol to the Washington Monument. Multiple stages will feature other artists and performances during the fair, including Flo Rida, actor Dean Cain with a taping of his podcast, as well as military groups, including the U.S. Coast Guard Brass Quintet, the Marines Drum and Bugle Corps, and the U.S. Navy Commodores. There will also be movie screenings, including Top Gun and Cars. The Great American State Fair runs through July 10th on the National Mall. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
How did Team USA do in FIFA last night? Joe Morgan's got the answer.
Heartbreak in Inglewood last night for the red, white, and blue. At the World Cup, the U.S. men's national team fell to Turkey 3-2. Can Ayan slipped in the game winner on the final kick of the match in stoppage time. Despite the loss, the U.S. still wins Group D and will face Bosnia-Herzegovina in the round of 32 next Wednesday. On the diamond, what a day for Junior Caminero. The Rays slugger launched 3 home runs and drove in 6, leading Tampa Bay to a 13-2 blowout over Kansas City. The Royals bounced right back tonight, traveling to Chicago to open a 3-game set against the White Sox. First pitch is scheduled for 6:40. And finally, the Cardinals got rained out last night. They'll look to dry off and open their weekend series at home against the Marlins tonight. Game time is 7:15. Catch the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's a look at sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news, the service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash? Liberty Tree Guns, buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Borges.
Next news, 8 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Out the door early this morning, be extra cautious on the roads. Very heavy rain overnight, reports of some flooding, so it's going to be hard to gauge how much water is on the roads. If you see an area that looks like it's covered in water, find an alternate route. Flood watch until 7 o'clock tonight. More scattered storms to deal with later on today and tonight, slowly drying out over the weekend. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Well, at the moment, KZRG Storm Tracker radar is showing all the precipitation now to the east of Springfield. It is 70 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 72 in Webb City, 72 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 7:38.
We need to replace the flooring immediately. It's worn out and embarrassing.
No, the AC should take priority. It's on its last leg.
Can we do both?
How? Are you selling a kidney?
We could refinance the house.
Whoa, no way. We'll lose our good interest rate. I'd rather you sell a kidney.
You can complete all of those home improvement projects without losing your rate with Community Bank and Trust. With a home equity loan or line of credit, you can update the bathroom, do the add-on, or get that new heat and air unit without giving up your great mortgage rate. CBT has a variety of options with low costs and very competitive interest rates. Plus, they can work out payment plans that fit into your budget. See what your home's equity could do for you with a home equity loan or line of credit from Community Bank and Trust. Get started at one of the local employee-owned CBT locations or at cbthomebank.com. Community Bank and Trust, where trust is so important, it's in our name. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 580491.
You're under a lot of pressure. Prove yourself, work hard, work out, be the best mom, be super mom, a valued partner, a present wife, change diapers, dance recitals, science projects, nutritious meals, dishes, laundry. A lot of pressure. You deserve a break. Relax.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Four States.
Big happy birthday to Austin.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Austin. Happy birthday to you and many more on Channel 4.
Oh, wait, no, we got to do cha-cha-cha.
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 Happy birthday, good. Good, sir. Good, sir. My mechanic refers to it as the Beast. Oh, your little truck? Oh, yeah.
So does the White House know this? You're calling it the Beast? Because that's what they call the car that the president rides in.
That is true. Austin said the real question is, will Teddy add me as a friend on Facebook for my birthday?
What?
Is that your birthday wish, good sir? My Facebook account that I haven't used in 8 years.
Sure, you have a job. It pays the bills. But are you ready for
Maybe. Austin, I'll tell you what. Austin. Stranger things have happened. Maybe I will figure out, maybe I will find my Facebook password somewhere in my pile of loose leaf notes that I have in my office at my house. Maybe perhaps if I could figure out how the heck to log into my Facebook. For your birthday, Austin, I will put some effort into figuring it out. We'll see.
You can do this. A better career starts here.
Franklin Tech, for the career that you expect. Franklin Tech, get with the program.
Hey, it's Mark Levin with the Mark Levin Show. Be sure to tune in every weekday from 5 to 8 on FM 102.9, 105.9, and AM 1310. News Talk KZRG.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
7:41 is the current KZRG news time. 72 in Joplin, 70 in Pittsburgh, 70 in the Diamond area, 72 in the Miami, Oklahoma area. A little bit of cloud coverage this morning, but certainly nothing as touchy this morning as we had last night.
No, we had quite a bit of heavy rain in addition to the severe weather we had. Some of the areas of rain included 3 to 5 inches average, and that's causing a flash flood warning in effect until 9 this morning.
And that is average.
It's average of 3 to 5 inches. There might have been some areas that got more rain than that in the overnight hours. Then there's also a flood watch that continues until 7 o'clock tonight for the entire listing area. The flash flood warning is only for parts of the listing area at this point. Now, the bad news is we've got a chance for more showers and thunderstorms. Some could be strong to severe. Some could include some heavy rainfall. That could be happening during the day today. High of 86, and then low down to 72 tonight with more showers and thunderstorms. The good news is a slighter chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, but not as much as we've been having. Not everybody's going to be getting it. The high tomorrow should be around 88 to 90. 77 for the overnight low tomorrow night, mostly clear. And then on Sunday, sunny and hot. High of 92 and low down to 78 on Saturday night with mostly clear. But if we can make it through this rain, we've got a dry spell coming up.
Yes, indeed. Couple things for you this morning. Number one, thank you. Thank you for helping News Talk KZRG and the stations of Zimmer Marketing yesterday out with our Radiothon, raising money for Honor Flight of the Ozarks, a chance to provide some semblance of closure for local veterans by sending them to Washington, D.C. to see the monuments built in their honor. Because of you, we were able to raise tens of thousands of dollars. We don't have the full number yet. The nerds, the mathematicians, the mathletes, if you will, are still calculating the exact number. But our preliminary report says tens of thousands of dollars were raised yesterday to help show our veterans that when we say thank you, we mean it. And if you still want to help out, there's an opportunity to do so. You can still donate on our website, news.kzrg.com, or tomorrow is the Zimmer Marketing Red White Sip and Shop. It's sort of like a farmer's market event happening in downtown Webb City on Webb City's historic Main Street from 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. And that sort of farmer's market style event is going to help raise money for Honor Flight of the Ozarks. So if you want to help show support for veterans and also do a little bit of fun local shopping and have a good time, Red White Sip and Shop, downtown Webb City tomorrow.
That'd be great. Lots
That's
of
the
fun.
place to do it. News Talk KZRG, we're going to be there. We'd love to see you there as well. All right, getting into some news here. We talked about this very briefly yesterday, but I really want to get into the details because it is very much so worth highlighting, and it impacts you in this area. KZRG News Time 745. Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley introduced the Rural Hospital Emergency Room Guarantee Act, which would ensure Americans living in rural areas, we're looking at you, 4 states area, have access to top-notch, close-to-home health care. We're talking emergency rooms. Unfortunately, a lot of emergency rooms in rural America are closing down because they simply are not economically feasible. They're not financially feasible.
Right.
And so what happens when rural 4-stater has a heart attack or breaks a bone or accidentally ingests a bunch of poison for some reason? What are they going to do? Drive 2 hours to Kansas City? Drive 2 hours to Bentonville? That's insane.
Or even an hour or two to Joplin.
Or even an hour or two to Joplin if you're coming from rural out-of-town areas. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley's trying to put a stop to that. And I will say this is an issue that affects humans. This is not a political issue. This is a human issue. How do I know that to be true? Because Senator Maggie Hassan, who is a Democrat from New Hampshire, she is one of the primary co-sponsors of this.
That's great that it's both sides of the aisle helping out.
It is. And she does not like Josh Hawley. And yet she said this is a human issue. Democrats and Republicans crossing the aisle to solve this human issue. That's encouraging because it is very much so a human issue. Now, as it turns out, since 2005, nearly 200 rural hospitals have shut their doors, leaving in total, count them all up, a total of millions of Americans without access to emergency rooms in their area. The 4 states is no exception to that. There is a lot of rural areas in the 4 states where the nearest emergency room is simply way too far. And by the way, you know what? It doesn't even need to be a matter of life or death.
No.
How frustrating is it for you that lives in a rural area that just needs to go to a simple physical, and yet you have to take a full day off of work because you got to drive 45 minutes one direction for a 30-minute doctor's appointment? That's so frustrating.
That's true.
It sucks. It's 2026. We live in the wealthiest nation on planet Earth. That shouldn't be a problem. I'm sorry. It just shouldn't. That's insane. This tries to fix some of that. Now, since 2024, let's look at the Show Me State specifically, given Missouri, U.S. Senator Josh Hawley's the one on the horn with this. Since 2014, Missouri has lost more than a dozen rural hospitals. And the rural hospitals that do continue to operate, we're getting reports that they're not doing too hot, that they are within 5 years of shutting down, again, due to them being financially unfeasible. That's a real shame. Apparently, nearly 20% of rural hospitals in Missouri are at immediate risk of closure. Another 20% of what we have left. That's not good.
Not good at all.
Now, what this act would do, if it is, implemented the way it's written, is it would create a dedicated 10-year funding stream to keep emergency rooms in rural America open. It would provide eligible rural hospitals with a baseline distribution of $1 million per year to support normal operating expenses for their emergency room. It would also allow for a one-time emergency payment of up to $250,000 to participate in rural hospitals at risk of immediate closure. And it would guarantee that if any of these rural hospitals get this funding through this act, it would not put them in jeopardy of no longer being eligible for other rural federal funding.
That's true.
It's kind of a wash, so to speak. It's like it didn't happen on the books. But it certainly did happen for the rural community because it kept that hospital open. So that's pretty cool.
It's very true.
Anyway, details can be found at newstalkkzrg.com about this. I think this is cool. I think that's a big issue. I know another issue that he's been tackling as of late, not to get on the Holly train or anything, is snail mail. The United States Postal Service, they are not doing too hot in terms of delivery times. Holly said, I am not okay with this.
And they're making changes to make it even slower for rural areas.
They're trying to anyway.
Yeah, they're trying to.
For rural areas. Now, what the Postal Service is trying to do is basically conglomerate their distribution centers, which in theory, this is what they said, in theory, it would make their mail services way faster for every community other than rural ones. It would be at the risk of rural communities, but urban areas, cities would get their mail a lot faster. Neighborhoods would get their mail a lot faster.
Right.
But pretty much any environment in America would get it faster, except it would be at the expense. Rural America would get it slower. Holly doesn't like that. He's been on the horn with the Postmaster General about that.
And he even grilled him this last week, too.
Yeah, which I will say, I'm not going to lie, that was ballsy. Because I'll tell you what, the last person that I ever saw try to grill a Postmaster General was Cosmo Kramer, and it did not go well for him. He basically got disappeared. And boy, for Holly to risk doing that, good for him. That takes some guts right there.
I would agree.
KZRG News Time 750.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Thanks to you, News Talk KZRG and Zimmer Marketing were able to raise tens of thousands of dollars to send local veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the war monuments built in their honor. But there is still time to make a difference in the area veterans lie.
Number 2.
Zimmer Marketing's Red White Sip and Shop is a great way to do some summer shopping while also supporting veterans. Now, it's happening tomorrow, Saturday, on Webb City's Main Street, and supports Honor Flight of the Ozarks to give a meaningful thank you for their service.
Number 1.
In honor of America's 250th birthday, News Talk KZRG giving away a U.S. flag that was flown over the Capitol building in D.C., complete with a certificate of authenticity. Download the KZRG app and enter once daily for your shot at this patriotic prize.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What federal program would you like to see investigated? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page or text us at 417-782-1310. You can also leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app. Coming up, your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos. That's coming up in less than 5 minutes. And coming up in a little more than an hour, Chris Plant will be joining us at 9, followed by Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at 11. Sean Hannity, a.k.a. Schwannity, will be here at 2. Mark Levin at 5. The Vin Show coming to you live every single weeknight on News Talk KZRG starting at 8. Then, of course, followed by Joe Pags at 11 and Coast to Coast with George Norrie at midnight. Boy, we got a full lineup for you all day, every day. KZRG News Time just after 7:50.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Out the door early this morning, be extra cautious on the roads. Very heavy rain overnight. Reports of some flooding, so it's going to be hard. Water's on the road.
Good morning, everybody.
Looks like it's covered in water.
I know I missed a lot of comments. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I apologize.
More scattered storms to deal with later on today and tonight. Slowly drying out over the weekend.
I just want Teddy as a friend on Facebook. I'm just going to keep saying it. Oh. Austin, I told you, man. I promise. I will go and try and figure out what my Facebook login is. And if I'm able to do that, I will heavily consider it. I'll put it that way. Rick said, Terry's going to wonder what you've been drinking. Terry wonders that all the time. It's Dance Party Friday on my porch now. Oh, heck yeah, dude. You know, I will say this. So my friends... Well, there you go. my parents, I consider to be my friends because they're awesome and I love them and we hang out all the time and always have a blast. Whenever my parents host a little get-together with friends and family, it always turns into a dance party. I mean, quite literally. It literally always turns into a legitimate dance party. Everyone's always dancing. It's awesome.
Call State Senator Jill Carter and tell her to stop voting against Missouri parents and President Trump's agenda. 573-751-2173. Paid for by American Federation for
Who
Children.
else do we have here?
The Sheepshead Church is celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States, and they'd love to have you celebrate with them.
Mary said, heck, I dance all the time in my front room.
For fun, food, fellowship, and the Pyro Brothers fireworks show. They'll have free gifts for everyone. Patriotic photo booths, kiddie train rides, a splash.
My dog is embarrassed to dance on camera, otherwise I would. My cats watch me. I try to get them to dance with me. They probably think mommy is crazy. Yeah, I think cats just think humans are crazy, dancing or otherwise.
Open consistently on Saturday or Friday.
Hey, Bill, what's going on, man? Good morning to you, good sir. She said, Austin, you got a cheer, a dance, and a song. Nice. Because Austin rocks. Jerry said, good morning. Good morning to you, good sir. The tipping of the hat. Everyone, we have enough rain for a while. Yeah, I agree. A little bit much. It's weird to me that the Postmaster General gets bonuses. Yeah, I think so too.
I really feel like they're the
Doc said, think about it. If the government is in charge of anything, it will be riddled with fraud and theft. With them being in charge of Medicare and Medicaid, the doctor and facility make a small percentage of what they bill, less than 20%, and you can't adequately staff or provide equipment for emergency patients. Oh, interesting. Rick said maybe the Postmaster General needs to be demoted to Postmaster Second Lieutenant. That is pretty funny. Maybe we need to overhaul the whole post office in general, make it a private company. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
The first time just doing an internet search, I couldn't recommend Rock Auto enough. Fact is, my kids go there to buy. I tell my neighbors about them. I tell pretty much everybody about them.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
If it makes the establishment nervous, we're talking about it. Hi, this is Vince Colonnese. Join me tonight at 8, right after Mark Levin on News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning Challenge.
Your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
To win, be the first one on the phone with the correct answer to the question. 417-782-1310. 417-782-1310. Ted, what's the question?
Today's question is a America history question in honor of America 250, which is just around the corner. So we're sticking with America trivia. Here it is for you. The Pledge of Allegiance has the phrase "under God." But that actually wasn't part of the original Pledge of Allegiance. In what decade was the phrase "under God" added to the Pledge of Allegiance? 417-782-1310. In the United States Pledge of Allegiance, the phrase "under God" was not actually originally part of it. That was added later. What decade was it added? 417-782-1310. Steve, what are we giving away?
Complimentary taco plus chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
In the Pledge of Allegiance, the phrase "under God" was not part of the original text. What decade was it added? And I'll give you a hint. The original Pledge of Allegiance was written in 1892, so it was added after that.
Wasn't that about the time I was born?
No, 1892, not 1792.
Oh,
Steve.
okay.
Yeah. 417-782-1310. The original Pledge of Allegiance was written in 1892, and the phrase "under God" was not in it. They added it later. What decade did they add that phrase? 417-782-1310. All right, I'll give you a hint. It was after 1890s.
Right.
And it was before the 1990s. So you got a
All right.
100-year gap. You got a 1 in 10 shot at this. What decade was the Pledge of Allegiance added to, the phrase under God added to the Pledge of Allegiance? 417-782-1310. News Talk KZRG, what is your guess?
1954.
That's exactly right. It was added in the 1950s. Who do we have here?
John Osborne.
Hey, John, what's your favorite radio station?
KZRG.
Oh, love to hear it, John. Love to hear it. Stay on the horn for us here, my good friend. We'll be with you in just a second. And you have just won a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Taco. Stay on the horn with us here, John. Yeah, the phrase under God was not part of the original Pledge of Allegiance. It was added in June of 1954 under President Dwight Eisenhower as a result of the Cold War. Look at that.
That's not bad. I actually knew the answer to that one.
Is that so?
Yes, I did.
Well, it's easy for you to say. Now we all know the answer.
Yes, so I knew it before we got the answer called in to us.
Allegedly. How's our weather today, Steve?
We have a chance of showers and thunderstorms, some heavy rain possible, and some strong to severe storms possible. Keep it here on News Talk KZRG. We will keep an eye on it, and if severe weather breaks out, we will break in.
Yes, indeed. You can also get the Zimmer Storm Center app, which is free to download in the App Store, or you can just stay tuned to AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. News Talk KZRG.
The four states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 8 o'clock.
They have found a lot more bodies in Venezuela. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The number of confirmed deaths in the twin earthquake disaster more than doubled. It's now 589, but the injuries were revised lower, now just under 3,000, with survivors shaken up.
The walls collapsed. In fact, we barely made it out at the time.
Many more unaccounted for in the rubble.
Crews are searching for survivors who may still be stuck under the many buildings and homes that collapsed. The Trump administration is now pledging $150 million in aid. That includes $50 million for relief partners on the ground, along with a $100 million contribution to a United Nations humanitarian fund. The U.S. is also sending military personnel, search and rescue crews, as well as planes and Navy ships to Venezuela.
Fox's Carly Shimkus. Iran state media claims 3 more ships have been turned back trying to pass through the Strait of Hormuz after attacking a cargo ship with a drone.
And that attack on that Singapore flag ship in the Strait of Hormuz is considered a major test of this ongoing 60-day deal between the U.S. and Iran. And President Trump seemingly addressing the situation yesterday while speaking to some farmers at the White House.
We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
Trump says the strait remains open and emphasized Iran could become a new market for American farmers, saying they'll use unfrozen Iranian assets to buy U.S. crops.
Fox's Jeff Paul in Tel Aviv. There's Christian controversy in Texas schools.
A final vote is set for today by the Texas State Board of Education that could approve a plan to include selections from the Bible in public school reading lists. The examples include picture books for younger kids featuring tales such as David and Goliath, and selections from the Christian scriptures in later elementary classes. Opponents claim the move violates constitutional mandates to separate church and state, and that the proposal favors Christianity.
Fox's Eben Brown. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Flash flood warning in effect until 9 o'clock this morning. Flood watch ends at 7 o'clock later tonight. We're heading for a high of 86. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. Following sports, that'll be at 8:08. Cloudy at 70 in Neosho, 70 in Pittsburgh, 73 in Galena, 73 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. News Talk, KZRG. A great day for veterans. Tens of thousands of dollars raised for Honor Flight of the Ozarks, thanks to you. Now, this money is going to go to local vets so they can fly to D.C. and see the war memorials that were built in their honor. If you missed it yesterday, you can still help out by being in downtown Webb City tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the Red, White, Sip and Shop event. Food, shopping, and family fun, all for a great cause.
Arkansas's top cop has been fighting big tech.
Attorney General Tim Griffin now suing the parent company of Snapchat, saying that they're engaging in deceptive and unconscionable trade practices and also creating a public nuisance that's harming the health and the safety of Arkansas children. This after Griffin earlier this week also sued Roblox and Discord, saying that they're some of the most dangerous places online and that they function together as a two-stage predatory pipeline, saying they violate Arkansas's Deceptive Trade Practices Act. I'm Cy Albright, News Talk KZRG.
Don't swim in Grand Lake, at least in the northern part of that body of water in northeast Oklahoma. Seneca Cayuga Environmental Department has issued that warning due to high bacteria levels in the lake. Now, those who ignore the warning could be subject to troublesome symptoms, including nausea, fatigue, diarrhea, and more after they go for a swim. If you do have contact with that water, bathe well afterwards and avoid swimming with any open cuts or when sick. The advisory will remain in effect until further notice. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Cloudy 73 804 News Talk KZRG.
The Kansas Department of Agriculture now seeking qualified applicants to serve on their Marketing Advisory Board, which provides guidance and input to the Kansas Department of Agriculture and programs within it that support Kansas agriculture, including agricultural business development, international trade, and market development. Members serve 4-year terms and meet quarterly. The deadline to apply is August 1st. Details inside the KZRG app.
Secure the border. Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley says every liberal judge who refuses to enforce immigration law should have to take in an illegal migrant.
He'd know what the rest of America feels like in towns across America who have to accept these illegals, who have to put up with the crime, and liberals like him sit back in their gated communities, issue these rulings, and then go off and sip martinis at their private pools.
Hawley says these judges have no business being on the bench in Trump's America. What happened to Team USA in the FIFA? Joe Morgan has the answer.
Heartbreak in Inglewood last night for the Red, White, and Blue at the World Cup. The U.S. men's national team fell to Turkey 3-2. Can Ayan slipped in the game winner on the final kick of the match in stoppage time. Despite the loss, the U.S. still wins Group D and will face Bosnia-Herzegovina in the round of 32 next Wednesday. On the diamond, what a day for Junior Caminero. The Rays slugger launched 3 home runs and drove in 6, leading Tampa Bay to a 13-2 blowout over Kansas City. The Royals bounce right back tonight, traveling to Chicago to open a 3-game set against the White Sox. First pitch is scheduled for 6:40. And finally, the Cardinals got rained out last night. They'll look to dry off and open their weekend series at home against the Marlins tonight. Game time is 7:15. Catch the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's a look at sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news, a service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash? Liberty Tree Guns, buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 8:30. Breaking news. As it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. The rain from overnight winding down, but scattered storms developing for the afternoon and evening with heavy rain and severe weather possible later today. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
A service of derailed commodity flooring and furniture. Let their professionals help you select great flooring and furniture to give your house that new home feel. See them at your local derailed commodity store today or look them up on derailedcommodity.com.
No rain showing up on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar at the moment. 70 in Neosho, it's cloudy, 70 in Pittsburgh, 73 in Diamond, 73 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 8:08.
Hi, Sandy. What's that?
I'm reading up on this Amendment 4 on the August ballot.
What's 4?
Amendment 4 absurdly creates a new un-American minority veto power, but only for ballot issues that we citizens put on the ballot.
Don't they say it'll protect conservative ideas?
Truth gets in the way of their story. Amendment 4 would mean as few as 5% of the most liberal statewide voters in one congressional district could veto any good conservative idea or reform, even when a big majority supports it.
That does sound un-American. How did that get on the ballot?
The politicians put it there, and it would empower a small minority of liberals. They could stop funding for police, stop tax cuts, or any other common sense conservative policy we support.
Only 5%? One district? That would make it nearly impossible to pass needed reforms or rein in politicians.
Yep, Amendment 4 is a misguided power grab by politicians. I'm voting no on Amendment 4.
Right. I'm not giving up my constitutional rights. It's a hard no on 4.
Paid for by Missourians for Fair Governance.
Uh-oh, the power's out. My phone's at 2%.
Everyone, stay calm.
Daniel, you're the only one screaming.
I know. I can't find my flashlight, beef jerky, or emergency storm Crocs.
Dad must have found everything, because now he's in there negotiating with the breaker box. Mom's hiding by the refrigerator trying to keep the cold air from escaping. Your point? We're not losing a single chicken nugget.
Wait, what's that beautiful sound?
The lights are back. The air conditioner is working. The nuggets are saved.
Folks, summer storms around here can knock your power out faster than Jenna can empty the snack cabinet.
Hey!
And the heat can make your house feel hotter than going down the metal slide in elementary school.
That's why IPOC Electric and Solar installs dependable whole home generators so your family stays cool, comfortable, and powered up when storms roll through. No more flashlight scavenger hunts. No more charging your phone in the truck.
Call IPOC Electric and Solar today.
When the power goes out, don't sweat it. Just IPOC it.
IPOC Electric and Solar, keeping your family and business powered through every storm.
Feeling uncertain by life's challenges? Discover timeless truth and encouragement with In Touch Ministries, guiding you every step of the way. At intouch.org, you'll discover encouragement that lasts. With powerful sermons from Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, and resources designed to strengthen your faith, you'll find hope and wisdom for every season of your life. Don't wait. Visit intouch.org today and let God's Word inspire your journey. That's intouch.org.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250 micro to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
You're listening to News Talk KZRG 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. Live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. From Studio 1Z. With the latest news, commentary, and weather. It's the KZRG Morning Newswatch on News Talk KZRG.
We have a flood watch in effect until 7 o'clock tonight, but more urgent than that, we have a flash flood warning in effect until 9 o'clock this morning for a large part of our listening area. That's all because of an average of over 3 to 5 inches of rain that fell in the area in the overnight hours last night. Now, it's going to be a chance of showers and thunderstorms today with a high of 86, and some of those could be strong to severe. Some could have heavy rainfall. Tonight, chance of showers and thunderstorms, low down to 72. Tomorrow, there's a small risk of some showers and thunderstorms with a high of 90. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with a low of 77. It'll be sunny and hot on Sunday with a high of 92. That, according to KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. If severe weather breaks out, keep it right here because we will break in.
Yes, we will. Zimmer Storm Center app is also a great way to follow along with all things weather. Well, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, the Iranian military, which we were told was destroyed, they attacked and hit a Singaporean-flagged cargo vessel in the Strait of Hormuz with a drone. So their military is still operational to some degree, and we're getting word that the Strait of Hormuz is open and free and safe for passage, and yet this boat got absolutely blasted with a drone by Iran's military. Now, this vessel was called the Ever Lovely.
It was ever lovely until it got hit and had a little damage.
Yeah, exactly. Which, by the way, kind of a genius strategy. If I'm operating a maritime vessel through the Strait of Hormuz right now, I'm renaming my boat to a boat full of puppies. And that way the Iranians go, attack that ship. Sir, the boat full of puppies? Yes, attack the boat full of puppies.
Oh, boy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Surely the only way to get through the strait is some sort of camouflage in that nature.
72 virgins. That would be what the Iranians would
Are you
like.
kidding? They'd sprint towards that.
Well, they
would put on a suicide vest and run towards the boat over water.
That's true.
So, yeah, you got to do some moral camouflage, like a boat full of puppies is a title to get through that thing. In any case, this thing was hit. The United Kingdom maritime trade operations, they have been stepping up some effort, reluctantly, but they're doing it. Apparently, they said that, according to their reports, this attack had damaged the bridge of the vessel. Apparently, this also happened about 7.5 nautical miles southeast of Oman, as it was exiting the Strait of Hormuz, which, why does that matter? It means that this vessel was going through, had almost made it, and upon its exit, got hit with the drone.
You know, the main thing is that Trump says Iran wants to make a deal with the U.S. as the U.S. negotiates from pure strength. I think the problem with the Revolutionary Guard...
He said we're negotiating from a position of pure strength.
That's what he said yesterday.
Okay.
But my point is this. I have a gut feeling that if we don't get completely rid of the the Republican Guard, the military handle that's running the country right now, it's just going to come back. They're not going to be truthful in their negotiations.
Right. So long as we're talking to the current and remaining Iranian regime as it once was, nothing's going to change.
We need to get completely rid of the regime that's there, because if we don't, we failed,
right,
in my opinion.
Right. I honestly, Steve, I totally agree with you. And this conversation that Trump keeps on trying to have with the nation, saying that, oh, they're begging for a deal,
They might be, but they're also begging to give them relief so they can go back to doing regular war.
Well, what I was going to say is I thought Trump was not being truthful with the American people. I'm starting to think perhaps Trump is being told by Iranian leadership that we are begging for a deal, but the Iranian leadership is lying. Perhaps they're begging for a deal, but they don't actually want to make a deal because they have no interest in dealing with the United States. They have no interest in rolling over and changing their ways. They like having a religious oligarchy leading their nation and leading their society, and they don't want to change.
I don't think it's the people that like that. I think
it's the leadership.
It's the leadership.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's the current regime. It's the leadership. At which point, that means that Trump hasn't been lying to the American people, but it does mean that he's being kind of dumb. Because why would Trump believe them? After all this time, after everything that they have shown us that they are willing to do, lie, hide, cheat, deceit, all of the above, why would Trump still go to the American people and say, they're begging for making a deal, we really want to make a deal, oh, the deal is so close, we're so close to a deal.
Yeah, I mean,
it's right there, I can smell it. We've been doing this for 6 months, man. It's not happening. They don't want to make a deal.
Like that satirical website said that he broken record. He's had peace with Iran settled so many times this year, and it's working for another breaking of the record.
What are you talking about?
Babylon Bee, which is a satirical site, had a post here about a week or two ago saying that Trump has broken a record of settling peace with Iran now like 26 times this year. And the record is still going on.
Trump is now owed 20-something Nobel Peace Prizes.
Yeah, because he's had peace with Iran 26 times so far this year.
Now, I think Trump is being truthful, honest, and putting his best foot forward in these negotiation efforts. But I will also say it's clearly not working. I don't know who Trump thinks he's fooling, because clearly the Iranians don't act. And again, I'm talking the government, not the people, not the citizens. The regime clearly doesn't actually want to make a deal.
Well, there was a popular singer in Iran. I read an article on this morning that was saying that they got lashed because they were against the military wing of the government that's running the government. She got lashed 76 times publicly.
Against, Iranians military.
Yeah, Iranians military.
Oh, boy.
They punished her by lashing her 76 times.
That is
public.
Literally barbaric. That is insane. So, honestly, I think going up against this regime is a noble effort. It's a noble cause.
Just get the job done. Take them out.
I don't understand what the point is of pretending like we're negotiating, because we're not. Iran is not negotiating. They simply are not. What's the point of pretending? Why does Trump keep telling us that we're so close to a deal? It's not happening.
That's true.
Who are we trying to trick here? I just don't get that. I just don't understand
I don't
that.
either.
I think it would be a much more feasible strategy for Trump to just be like, hey, look, man, I thought I could get it done. Turns out religious leader nut jobs are religious leader nut jobs, and they are not reasonable, and they will not make a deal. So we got to roll in and do something and employ a different strategy.
I
What
agree.
that different strategy is, I don't know. I just wish the president would just call a spade and be honest about what's going on with these negotiations. Because personally, I'm getting so tired of all the headlines of, oh boy, the deal is coming. Oh no, this one small thing might put the deal on pause. Oh, the deal's back up. It's okay. We have a memorandum of understanding. Oh boy, the deal's coming. It's not happening.
But it's not understood anymore.
Oh, nobody understands it because it ain't happening. But what are your thoughts on this whole thing? Text us at 417-782-1310 or leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app. You can also let us know on our KZRG video live stream sponsored by Fast Monkey Auto and Liberty Tree Guns. Moving on from there, aside from all this, I did want to give a really big and sincere thank you. Thank you for helping us out yesterday during our honor flight of the Ozarks. We were hosting a radiothon, raising money to help send veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the monuments that were built in their honor. Because of you and your participation yesterday, KZRG and the station's Zimmer Marketing raised tens of thousands of dollars. That is no small feat. That is something to write home about. Now, we don't have the exact number yet. The nerdonauts are calculating that monetary number as we speak, but preliminary reports say tens of thousands of dollars were raised just yesterday. And good news is there are still ways that you can help this truly phenomenal cause, and that is tomorrow. From 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon is the Red White Sippin' Shopping hosted by Zimmer Marketing in historic downtown Webb City. It's a farmer's market style event, but this one, as opposed to regular farmers markets, helps raise money for Honor Flight of the Ozarks to send veterans to D.C. to see their monuments. You can get details on that event at newstalkkzrg.com. KZRG News Time 820.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Thanks to you, News Talk KZRG and Zimmer Marketing were able to raise tens of thousands of dollars to send local veterans to D.C. to see the war monuments built in their honor. But there's still time to make a difference in an area of veterans' life.
Number 2.
Zimmer Marketing's Red White Sip and Shop. It's a great way to do some summer shopping while also supporting veterans. It's happening tomorrow on Webb City's Main Street and supports Honor Flights to the Ozarks.
Number 1.
In honor of America's 250th birthday, News Talk KZRG is giving away a U.S. flag that was flown over the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C., complete with a certificate of authenticity. Download the KZRG app and enter once a day for your shot at this very patriotic prize.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What is a federal organization that you want to see investigated? What federal organization, what federal program do you want to see investigated? Let us know on the KZRG app or text us at 417-782-1310. Coming up, a look at technology with Kim Commando on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Out the door early this morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right, we're a little behind on comments. I apologize. Bill is here. Good morning. Bill says, from what I understand, the post office doesn't get federal funding. All their proceeds and profits are from stamp sales and fees, but I could be wrong. Oh, interesting. Who funds the USPS? Let's do a little Googling. The Postal Service is generally funded by ratepayers, customers who pay for the service, rather than taxpayers. Congress did, however, authorize taxpayer-funded support for the Post Service in 2022. Okay, so interesting. So it looks like Bill is correct here. Do my taxpayer dollars pay for the Post Service? The Post Service generally does not receive tax dollars to support its normal operations. The Postal Service instead relies on revenue it generates from sales of stamps, products, and services to fund its operations. Oh, so there you go. Look at that. I actually did not know that. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, Joe and Cerisa both looked it up, yeah. NASA's the same way. Oh, interesting. Okay. Rick said, I know, I knew the answer to that one as well. I gave a report on Eisenhower in grad school. I have one of the I Like Ike campaign buttons as well. Oh, that's cool. I like Ike. Wait, grad school or grade school? Two very different things. Teresa said they used to use Bible verses to help kids learn how to read. Now everything is separation of church and state. Oh, grade school. Okay, butt out autocorrect. Avery said, what's 4? Oh, it comes after 3, but before 5? What's 4? Is that a joke because I said, gave him what's 4?
What's forever for?
What's 4? It comes after 3, before 5. That's what 4 is.
That's true. Boo. Yes, yes.
Boo. Mary said they will shoot a boat full of puppies. They hate dogs. Yeah, maybe.
Best of the 4 States Awards presented by Pinnacle Vet Clinic in Neosho. And you can help us award the best local businesses in over 100 categories. Just go to Best of the
Charlevin, good morning. Charlevin said, I kind of agree with you, Guy, about DJT. If their military got wiped out, where do they got all the drones and rockets to hit us and our friends? Yeah, no, honestly. Just be honest. I don't think Trump's bad for this. I don't know why. Just be honest with us, President. I think he's doing his best. And by the way, I think people would be okay with that. If Trump came out and said, hey, man, I really thought I could do it. I told you that I could make a deal with Iran. I really put my best effort into it. I really tried. They're just not reasonable people. I think most people in America would be, yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, man, for the honesty. I would just do that. I think that would be a much better play. Because now all that we're getting is Democrats going, Trump's a liar. He said this. He said the military's gone. He said we're making a deal. He said that. Trump's a liar. And now they get to do that. You want to talk about honesty? That's honesty. Telling the American people, I tried. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I'm going to try a different strategy now to try and get the best result for you, the people. That is something I would like to see from the president. Bill said, now that Iran is decimated, quote unquote, there are too many people that think they are in charge, so the U.S. is negotiating with people that have no authority. Well, then that's a knock on America, Bill. If our negotiators aren't smart enough to figure out who they should be dealing with, we need new negotiators. If you work for a business, Bill, and your job is to go and make a sale to another company, if you're a salesperson and you go and start trying to make a sale to the janitor, you're not a very good salesperson. They need to send a different salesperson that knows who the boss is, that can actually call the shots. If the United States can't figure out who's in charge, then we need new negotiators. That's a failure on our part. And I refuse to believe that we're so stupid that we can't figure out who to talk to. Which leads me to believe that Iran is the problem, right? Or the fact that they might just not be all that honest with us, and they keep saying that we're making a deal, and that's the problem. But I personally, Bill, I appreciate the theory, and I'm not. This isn't a knock on you. I just personally, I cannot subscribe to the theory that the United States can figure out who's in charge. That's insane to me.
It was a
Hey, it's Chris Plant. Be sure to tune in to FM 102.9, AM 1310 every weekday from 9 to 11 for breaking news, commentary, and politics. News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Just before 8:30, it's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG, 73 in Joplin, 72 in Pittsburgh, 72 in Neosho, 72 in the Wyandotte area. Ted Pahorquez.
And Steve Scott.
Last night was a little touch and go with severe weather. News Talk KZRG. We were here when severe weather breaks out. KZRG breaks in. Doesn't matter the hour. Doesn't matter the day. Doesn't matter what's going on. We are there for you forever and always.
We have a flash flood warning in effect until 9 o'clock this morning for most of the listening area, and then a flood watch is in effect for the entire listening area until 7 o'clock tonight. We are expecting a possibility of showers and thunderstorms for the rest of the day. Some could have some heavy rainfall. Some could be possibly strong to severe. If they do break out in severe weather, we will break in and keep you informed. That chance of showers and thunderstorms continues tonight with the overnight low down to 72. Some of us are going to get some showers and thunderstorms tomorrow with a high of around 90. Mostly clear tomorrow night, 77. Sunny and hot, 92 on Sunday. That all according to KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Mm-hmm. Hey, by the way, we did also want to give you a huge thank you this morning for sticking with us yesterday for KZRG's Radiothon to help raise money for Honor Flight of the Ozarks to send veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the monuments built in their honor. Because of you and you listening and your participation, we were able to raise tens of thousands of dollars. We don't know the exact number yet. They're still calculating it as donations continue to roll in, which, by the way, you can still make a donation by going to newstalkkzrg.com and clicking on the Honor Flight of the Ozarks banner. But we do know tens of thousands is what we have raised thus far. And what's really exciting is it doesn't just stop there. Tomorrow, Zimmer Marketing and News Talk KZRG, we are hosting the Red White Sippin' Shop, which is a Third Thursday style, farmers market style event that's happening in downtown Webb City on Webb City's historic Main Street from 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. This is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff going on there. And the money that is being spent there helps raise, or rather goes to, Honor Flight of the Ozarks. This is an event that helps raise money for Honor Flight of the Ozarks. That's a better way of saying it, right, Steve?
Yes.
Way more clear.
Very clear, which for you sometimes can be a challenge.
That is true. The point is that tomorrow's going to be a blast. KZRG, we're going to be there. We'd like to see you there. Zimmer Marketing's going to be there. The stations of Zimmer Marketing are going to be there. It's happening in Webb City tomorrow morning, starting at 10 in the morning and going till 3 in the afternoon. We'd love to see you there. Come hang out with us. KZRG News Time, 8:30.
I'm Steve Scott. Turn your microphone on.
No. And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Thank you. Here's what's trending on News Talk, KZRG. Honor Flight of the Ozarks.
Iran's Hormuz attack. Great American Fair Day 2.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Flash flood warning in effect for parts of the area until 9 o'clock this morning. Flood watch ending tonight at 7 o'clock. Heading for a high of 86. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. That'll be at 8:38. Cloudy at 70 in Neosho, 72 in Pittsburgh, 73 in Galena, 73 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk KZRG. A great day for veterans. Tens of thousands of dollars raised for Honor Flight of the Ozarks thanks to you. Now, this money is going to go to local vets so they can fly to Washington, D.C. to see the war memorials that were built in their honor. If you missed it yesterday, you can still help out by being in downtown Webb City tomorrow from 10 to 3 for the Red, White, Sip, and Shop event. Food, shopping, and family fun for all for a fun, great cause.
Oil prices spiked after Iran attacked a ship in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran accused that vessel of not adhering to designated shipping routes.
And that attack on that Singapore-flagged ship in the Strait of Hormuz is considered a major test of this ongoing 60-day deal between the U.S. and Iran. And President Trump seemingly addressing the situation yesterday while speaking to some farmers at the White House.
We're negotiating from a position of pure strength. They know that. And the strait's already open.
Trump says the strait remains open and emphasized Iran could become a new market for American farmers, saying they'll use unfrozen Iranian assets to buy U.S. crops. And while negotiations between the two countries are still progressing, the recent ship attack in the strait is derailing efforts to resume traffic to pre-war levels.
The second day of the Great American Fair getting underway in Washington, D.C. today.
It is the second day of the Great American State Fair. Once again, visitors can walk up and down the mall and they will see all of these different flags representing different states and territories. Yesterday, there was a beautiful flyover that people stopped to watch once the gates opened as crowds started to form, especially creating some long lines outside some of these pavilions. And people who came here to visit say it was an incredible celebration to kick off America's 250th birthday. Every day has a theme, and today's theme is American grown. In the America Heartland Arena, cattle, sheep, goats, and hogs, those will be showcased today. There will also be an American rodeo.
Cloudy, it's 73, 833. News Talk KZRG.
An agreement that's been okayed that will affect thousands of water customers in Newton County. News Talk KZRG's Steve Smith with that story.
The Missouri Public Service Commission has issued an agreement allowing Missouri American Water to acquire, own, operate, and maintain Neosho's water and sewer system. Now, the PSC had to consider whether the service was needed, whether the applicant was qualified to provide it, whether the applicant had the financial ability to provide the service, whether it is all economically feasible, and whether the service promotes the public interest. Now, the PSC says all those criteria have been met. Existing Neosho water and sewer rates will remain in effect for the time being. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
A Miami, Oklahoma man with a history of spousal abuse convicted on Tuesday of domestic violence and is getting a life sentence. After deliberating for 2.5 hours, 37-year-old Joseph Edward Eppinger was convicted of domestic assault and battery, strangulation. Several women testified after the verdict on previous domestic violence incidents involving him. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Cloudy, 73, 834, going on 835. News Talk, KZRG.
The Missouri Department of Revenue's top attorney has been fired after being charged in a child sex crime sting in Boone County this week. Elisa Nelson with more.
56-year-old Daniel Follett was arrested Tuesday after arriving at a location to meet someone he believed was under the age of 17. The Kansas City Star reports prior to joining the department in 2015, Follett served for 6 years as one of Missouri's assistant attorney generals. He is one of 4 men who are accused of child enticement charges in the Mid-Missouri law enforcement sting. Elisa Nelson, MissouriNet.
Celebrations to mark America's 250th birthday continue in Washington, D.C. with the Great American State Fair.
Vanilla Ice is set to perform for crowds this evening at the Great American State Fair on the National Mall, which stretches from the U.S. Capitol to the Washington Monument. Multiple stages will feature other artists and performances during the fair, including Flo Rida, actor Dean Cain with a taping of his podcast, as well as military groups, including the U.S. Coast Guard Brass Quintet, the Marines Drum and Bugle Corps, and the U.S. Navy Commodores. There will also be movie screenings, including Top Gun and Cars. The Great American State Fair runs through July 10th on the National Mall. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
What happened in soccer last night to Team USA? Joe Morgan has the answer.
Heartbreak in Inglewood last night for the Red, White, and Blue at the World Cup. The U.S. men's national team fell to Turkey 3-2. Can Ian slipped in the game winner on the final kick of the match in stoppage time. Despite the loss, the U.S. still wins Group D and will face Bosnia-Herzegovina in the round of 32 next Wednesday. On the diamond, what a day for Junior Caminero. The Rays slugger launched 3 home runs and drove in 6, leading Tampa Bay to a 13-2 blowout over Kansas City. The Royals bounced right back tonight, traveling to Chicago to open a 3-game set against the White Sox. First pitch is scheduled for 6:40. And finally, the Cardinals got rained out last night. They'll look to dry off and open their weekend series at home against the Marlins tonight. Game time is 7:15. Catch the action on AM 1230, The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's a look at sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news, a service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash? Liberty Tree Guns, buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news, at 9 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Out the door early this morning, be extra cautious on the roads. Very heavy rain overnight. Reports of some flooding, so it's going to be hard to gauge how much water is on the roads. If you see an area that looks like it's covered in water, find an alternate route. Flood watch until 7 o'clock tonight. More scattered storms to deal with later on today and tonight, slowly drying out over the weekend. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. It is cloudy and 70 in Neosho, 72 in Pittsburgh, 73 in Carl Junction, 73 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 8:38.
Oh, how I love Demolition Day, except for this crap that's still in the way.
Dude, what are you doing other than making a mess?
Don't worry, boss. We'll have this cleaned up in no time.
It's gonna take a long time to load up all of this and haul it off, time we don't have.
You'll still have plenty of time for golf, as I have called Big John.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Teresa says both China and Russia help supply their weapons for Iran. Yeah, maybe. I can see that. Every said it's a joke about the Fourth Amendment commercial you guys keep playing. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I would like to put an asterisk. We don't play it. The sales team plays it. That's not us. We do not do that. Just to clarify. Bill said, I believe that Iran is the problem. I agree, Bill. And I think it's a daily struggle for them of who's in charge. One day it's the clerics, the next it's the military, the next it's God knows who. So what I meant is that it's an internal struggle as to who has the power. It seems every time we reach a deal, Iran comes out and says we didn't say that. So it feels like an internal struggle of power for me. I could see that, Bill. I think that makes sense. I could understand that argument. If that's the case, then we need to stop pretending to make deals with them. And I do use the word pretending because if Iran can't even figure out who's in charge, then what are we doing wasting our time? Why are we doing that? It doesn't make any sense.
Just get the ones that keep saying they changed their mind.
Or
get
just
them
say,
rid of them.
Just go, boop, boop, boop. Hey, American citizens, it's me, the president. We're trying to make a deal with Iran, but they're such a mess. They don't have any leadership, so there's no one to talk to. So we're going to go with Plan B, which is, and then I would like to see what Plan B is. Whether maybe it's military action. Maybe it's something like, we're just going to go in and remove the nukes then. We're going to go in and remove the nukes.
We just need to remove their leadership and do a regime change. Unfortunately,
maybe it's that.
That's going to have to be it.
Whatever Plan B is, I want to hear that because obviously Iran is such a mess. If they really don't have central leadership,
Somebody's calling the
then guess what? They don't get any deals with us. We don't have to waste our time with them. And yeah, I know it doesn't matter. Sri said, I agree that it's every time it looks like things might be going in a particular direction, something on their side changes, so we have to adjust. Plus, they lie a lot and hate America and Israel. Yeah, there's also that. Sri said, we don't play it. Fair point, Ted. Yeah, I do want to point that out because it is political season, and there's a lot of political ads airing right now, and we've gotten a lot of complaints. There's some people call and go, Ted, why would you play that commercial that says that about X and Y? I'm not playing it. I'm not playing it. If it was up to me, we would have 0 commercials, and it would be a 24-hour live stream of Ted. I would be here 12 hours every day just yammering. That's what I want for KZRG.
And that's what I have to put up with every day off the air.
That's what I want to make you have to put up with every day on the air. But the sales team says, no, we have to make money. And I said, that's silly.
On it.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Just after 8:40 is the current KZRG news time. I know the 4 states area got a little on the rattled side last night as a result of severe weather. But News Talk KZRG, we broke in once that severe weather broke out because we always do. We keep you up to date right here on AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9, or on the Zimmer Storm Center app.
And because of that weather happening last night, we have a flash flood warning in effect for a few more minutes until 9 o'clock this morning. Some of the areas were averaging between 3 and 5 inches of rain. Some got a little more, some got a little less. Now, the flood watch continues until 7 o'clock tonight. We do have a chance for showers and thunderstorms today, which some of them could have some heavy rain. And then also we could have some strong and severe storms happening, according to KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. We're going to keep an eye on it. Now, tonight, lesser chance, but still a pretty good chance of showers and thunderstorms. Overnight low down to 72. Tomorrow, some of us are going to get some showers and thunderstorms. Some of us will not, with the high of 90. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with the low down to 77. Sunny and hot on Sunday with the high of 92.
Yes, indeed. And we have some really good news for you this morning.
Thank God it's
That's right. That's
It's
the really
Friday.
good news.
It's
Friday.
great news.
Yeah. And by the way, originally, instead of using this song, we were going to use Rebecca Black's Friday.
It's Friday.
So we soft launched that, and then one of our coworkers that heard the plan came over and kicked me in the shin and said, "Don't ever do that again."
That's
Don't ever
why you
play
got
that.
shin guards on now.
It's true. I look like a pee-wee soccer player with my little shin guards. They're pink, by the way. But no, today's Friday, which means there's a lot of fun stuff going on in the 4 states, both today and this weekend. One of the really cool things that's going on in the 4 states is happening tomorrow in downtown Webb City. Zimmer Marketing and News Talk KZRG, we're hosting our Red, White Sip and Shop event in Webb City tomorrow. This is sort of like a farmer's market style event, sort of like Third Thursday or some of those other little farmer's markets that communities do. But here's what's so different and special about this one, is that this one helps raise money for Honor Flight of the Ozarks to send veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the monuments that were built in their honor. This is more than just a tourist trip. It's a mission for these veterans to go and get some semblance of closure by seeing their war memorials. This event is happening tomorrow on Webb City's Main Street from 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. News Talk KZRG, we're going to be there. The station's Zimmer Marketing is going to be there. We'd love to see you there as well. Again, tomorrow in Webb City from 10 a to 3 p.
The Webb City Farmers Market is going to be open tomorrow, year-round, in fact, on Saturdays from 9 a.m. until 12 noon, and through October the 6th, every Tuesday from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m., you are invited to enjoy all of the local farm fresh produce and items from local producers.
Yeah, there's also the Empire Market in Joplin, which is open every Saturday from 10 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon, and that's in the Empire Market, that old train station that's closed down, and that's a lot of fun. They have a lot of cool, like, baked goods, and they have little 3D printed, tchotchke sellers, and there's a guy that, makes leather books by hand. You can buy a leather bookcase, stuff like that. It's pretty sweet.
Now, the Neosho Farmers Market is open at 201 West Spring Street every Saturday during the market season. Neosho's Farmers Market is ready to bring you the best of local fresh produce, baked goods, handmade items, and so much more. Farmers Market in Neosho opens at 9 a.m. and goes until 12 noon.
Yeah. Speaking of things going on in Neosho, tomorrow late afternoon into the evening is Celebrate Neosho. It's happening tomorrow on the Neosho Square. We actually spoke with Jessica Johnson. She is the City of Neosho's Public Information Officer. We'll have that interview on our podcast page on newstalkkzrg.com by 12 noon today. But basically, Celebrate Neosho is just a giant big celebration in honor of America 250 and in honor of Neosho. And so they're going to have bounce houses. They're going to have cornhole. There's going to be a giant sandbox there. They're having a car show. They're also having, Jessica Johnson told us, a cutest dog competition.
Ooh.
Where you can enter, see if your dog is the cutest dog. And in addition to that, right after the cutest dog competition, they're having the ugliest dog competition. I know that sounds like something I'm making up. And yes, that is absolutely a joke that I would say on the show.
Yes.
But I swear Jessica Johnson said it's real and it's really happening.
Wow.
There's also going to be a fireworks show happening tomorrow night in Neosho for Celebrate Neosho at 9:30 in the evening. This is an event that's taking place on Neosho Square from 4 in the afternoon to around 9:30 in the evening.
Gather the family for summer fun tomorrow for Sudstock. It's the Carthage Community Coalition's annual substance abuse or substance misuse prevention event. Starts at 3 p.m. It's going to be held at the Carthage Municipal Park. There will be inflatables, foam cannons, free hot dogs, games, and more while learning simple ways to help build a safer, healthier community. Now, new this year, the Rain Wall, Bubble House, and 9 Square in the Air. Admission is absolutely free of charge.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, there's also the Carthage Farmers Market that's happening. It's the Route 66 Carthage Farmers Market, Route R-O-O-T. Get it? Because farmers markets, they often sell root-based products like carrots and ginger and things of that nature.
And this one's on Route 66.
Yeah, exactly. So that's also happening this weekend, which is pretty cool. It's the Carthage Farmers Market. Yeah, it's no complaints there. So anyway, that's a little look-see, just a little look-see on, of course, what on earth is going on. Steve, hit the what's going on button. That's what's going on. Details at news.kzrg.com. Hey, another really quick story for you this morning. Kind of a warning. It is a really sad story, so I apologize, but it is important that we get the word out on something like this. And that is, we're getting word that a 5-year-old girl from Sheldon has died after a tragic accident at Stockton Lake. According to the Dade County Sheriff's Office, Dade County is northeast of Joplin, a little bit of a ways to where Stockton Lake is located. According to the Sheriff's Office there, they got reports of a missing 5-year-old girl. There was a family that was out camping on Stockton Lake, having a little bit of summertime fun, as families often do, and they couldn't find their 5-year-old daughter. They didn't know where she was. They started looking for her. I'm sure they were completely panicked. What parent wouldn't be? And what did? They called the police. They said, hey, we can't find our kid. We're out by Stockton Lake. We don't know where she is. Well, the sheriff's department rolled out to go and help them, and as it turns out, they found her face down in the lake, drowning. Not good. They were able to fish her out, and EMS transported her for advanced care. She was later pronounced dead at the St. Louis Children's Hospital. Now, this drowning or the reports of the missing girl and her going in the river or the lake and all that happened on Monday, and she was pronounced dead on Wednesday of this week. So it looks like there may have been a little bit of a fight for her life. And it is a sincere shame that that fight was lost. So the reason why we highlight this today is please just be careful. I know summer is a lot of fun. I know most kids are out of school now. You're planning the lake trip. You're planning to go to grandma's house that has the pool. You're planning to go swimming in Shoal Creek this summer. You're planning to do all these things with your family. A lot of the times alcohol is involved. A lot of the times music is involved. A lot of the times you're thinking that you and your family are invincible because it's summertime and the rules don't apply during summertime at family vacation. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, they do. And unfortunately, the rules are sometimes kids wander away from their parents, and sometimes their parents are distracted grilling or having a good time or having a couple of bevies, and there's nothing wrong with that inherently.
Right.
But sometimes that leads to a kid wandering away and drowning in Stockton Lake. Please be careful. Please be mindful. Summer is fun, but dangers every day, world dangers still exist, even in summer, even during family vacations. Please be mindful. KZRG News Time 8:50.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Thanks to you, News Talk KZRG and Zimmer Marketing, we were able to raise tens of thousands of dollars to send local veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the war monuments built in their honor. But there's still time to make a difference in an area veteran's life.
Number 2.
Zimmer Marketing's Red, White, Sip, and Shop. It's a great way to do some summer shopping while also supporting veterans. It's happening tomorrow on Webb City's Main Street and supports Honor Flight of the Ozarks.
Number 1.
In honor of America's 250th birthday, News Talk KZRG is giving away a U.S. flag that was flown over the Capitol building in D.C., complete with a certificate of authenticity. Download the KZRG app and enter once a day for your shot for this patriotic prize.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What federal program would you like to see investigated? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page or text us at 417-782-1310. You can also leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app, which, by the way, is where you can go to enter every single day for your shot at this historic patriotic prize of a U.S. flag that was flown over the U.S. Capitol, complete with a certificate of authenticity. Coming up in less than 10 minutes, Chris Plant at 9, Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, they'll be here at 11, Sean Hannity at 2, Mark Levin at 5. On AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9, News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, Sarisa, I thought the same thing about the giant sandbox, that it might be for cats.
Maybe. Teresa also said, so Ted's a tenor, apparently. Typo, Teresa. Ted's a 10 is what I think you meant to say.
Or.
Ted's a 10 or. You're right. Ted's a 10 or 11.
Yeah,
that'd be
fine.
Probably what it is. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys.
See
Appreciate
you
it. We'll talk
Monday.
to you next week.